Hey, Shabbat Shalom family. Shabbat Shalom. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to another Freestyle Friday. It's me, Brandy. As you all may know, I appreciate everybody coming out to come spend some time and just see what you know I have to say. I'm curious to see what you have to say. I definitely want to invite anyone that would like to come into the chat or into the, come on. You can come on in. I hope everybody had a good day. I had a pretty solid day today, y'all. We'll talk about that in a second. I'm gonna go ahead and pin this in the chat so that you guys can join me if you like. Hopefully everybody had a positive day though. Thank you to everyone. What's up, Brother Oral? What's up, Latasha? Prophet of Yah, Israelite wife Desiree. You love Yah. Everybody, Angela Bowden, lovely Africa. Ruhama, sister. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Jaden. Journal Warman. See Yah, Essential Growth, Del J. Shabbat Shalom, y'all. Angie Love Yah. What's up, sister? All right, I'm gonna get this pinned in here. Look, I'm about to share the screen. Hold on, I'm doing the wrong thing, y'all. All right. Let's see here. But while I do this, I'm just gonna, talk about my day, y'all. Let me tell you something. My day is full. It is typically full, and sometimes you don't get to do everything that you want to do. But I was successful today, so I got up this morning. I got breakfast made for my children. Okay, I got breakfast made for my children. We did the homeschooling, so we got that language arts done, and then we had the language arts lesson. Then we had to read a story, and then they had to write. I make them write sight words and stuff for my 5 and my 6-year-old. My 12-year-old, she's pretty independent. If she needs help, then of course I'll help her with whatever she needs help with, but she's pretty independent. And then let's say Dream Right Music. Oh goodness. Why am I under Dream Right Music? Sorry, y'all. But anyway, so got that done. Took a little break, then we went into the math. You know what I mean? And took care of that. Got lunch done. After that, I was able to read some scripture. And then after reading some scripture, I was able to get some cleaning done. Look, this is my day, y'all. This is the life of a homeschooling homemaker. You know what I mean? But that's better. Now we're going to get that pinned. So got some housework done, lunch made. No, I'm not frozen. I worked out, y'all. I did my Taibo. Got my Taibo in. Well, playing, I was throwing them punches too. And got dinner made. DJ is here.
Shalom.
And then what else did I do? I made fresh pasta tonight, y'all, and a fettuccine sauce. Okay, I made fresh fettuccine from scratch, and then I made my sauce too from scratch, y'all, because y'all know I'm in culinary school. I'll be getting down, and so I got my pasta done, and I made a curry carrot soup for tomorrow, so I don't have to cook for tomorrow. And I made some cornbread. I made a curry soup, but we got to throw that Hebrew in there and make some cornbread with it. You know what I'm saying? So got the children all bathed up, teeth brushed, in the bed, and here we are. That's my day. Anything you would like to say, honey?
Oh, just glad to be here. Glad to see everybody. Just look forward to whatever this conversation brings to light. A lot going on. Whole lot going on. It's even hard to narrow it down to a few things, but yeah.
Essential growth. That's awesome.
Oh wow, really?
That's really awesome. I can't wait to see it. I'm gonna get you my email. I'm gonna put my email in the chat. Hopefully, you can get it, and that'd be awesome. So, shalom to everyone in the chat. Love y'all. Shalom, and shalom to Brother Oral. Shabbat shalom, Brother Oral. How you doing today?
Brother Earl, how's
Shabbat
it going?
shalom, Sister Brandy. Hey, Brother DJ, it was nice talking with you today, brother.
Oh, absolutely. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right, doing all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, doing well, doing well. You know, thinking about a lot.
Yeah,
You know,
both of us, brother.
just what the Most High has planned for me, my family, and the rest of our nation. Um, just finally looking forward, to things. We've spent a lot of time, not looking forward to the future, but I think collectively, we can do that. So that's just what I've been doing. How's everything been going with you?
Everything, it's going. I'm just kind of enjoying the ride and not trying not to complain because everything is a test. It's a test, and when we sit and we whine and we complain, and what I've been doing is when things get really tough, I stop and I say, you know something? If this is my father and I'm really in his will, this is a test and he's going to bring me through this. And so even, what you and I kind of spoke about a little bit earlier today. Well, we text about Brother DJ.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we keep it confidential, but
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're where you need to be, brother. I really believe that.
Yeah.
And
because I've like I said, I've seen what happens.
Yes.
I've seen what happens, and I don't have much patience for that. I'm not trying to convince anybody anything.
Exactly.
I think we're past that at this point.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. Whoever is supposed to be a part of the remnant, they're gonna be here.
Yeah.
Right. Because as I've been saying, and I'm gonna continue to say it, if they are a part of the strong delusion that the Most High is gonna give to them, there's nothing that we can do about it.
Right.
Absolutely. I totally agree. And now I'm going to touch on something. As soon as I say Shabbat Shalom to Covenant Awakenings. What's up, Brother Karis? What's up, Brother Data? Shabbat Shalom. How y'all doing today?
Here goes the neighborhood. Oh, my goodness.
Right. You can it's like everybody.
Hey. Shabbat Shalom. Salam.
Here comes the troublemaker.
Now you got here first, Brother Oral, so that's you already started everything,
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, if they just allow folks on the panel like I had this morning.
Uh-oh. Please don't tell me you had somebody on there acting up today.
Sister Brandy, it was a circus this morning.
It wasn't? No, it wasn't.
It was. It was bad.
Oh, no, what happened?
Dave, what's up, brother?
We ain't got to gossip about it, but
I need to look because I had so much to do this morning. I wasn't able to get on. But look, by the time that I get going, either A, you're wrapping it up, or B, it's already wrapped up. And I see like you've been on for like 2 hours. I was like, dang.
Right.
But
that was it. We were still in the heat of things in 2 hours.
Okay. Uh-oh. All right, I'm gonna have to go. We catch the rewind in the middle of the day. That's what typically happens.
Right. At least maybe even after 2 hours after the stream.
Right, and we were like, let's cut on Karis and see what was going on. But I didn't get a chance to tune in today, so I'm curious.
Oh, it was good, leading folks to Yahushua HaMashiach. When they're like when they didn't want to answer questions about Christianity and where Christianity comes from and its history lesson. It was
a jousting match. It was heated.
Okay. So what ended up being like the end of the matter? Like, was there like a did you get to a point where there was an agreement, or was it just?
No, it wasn't much of a shuffle. I gave him, a couple rounds to answer, the Council of Nicaea, answer things about what about the Ethiopian, right, Christianity, or their belief in Yahusha. And
You didn't
he
even
couldn't.
answer, of course.
He couldn't, and then he wanted to get loud,
Uh-oh.
and then I kicked him off.
Oh.
It's real simple. Don't take mess from folks coming up into your spot.
Right.
So if they don't want to listen, but I graciously told him, look, there's some videos that you can watch. These are channels that you can watch. He wasn't trying to listen to no Gates of Holder, because Gates of Holder, she hurt a whole lot of people's feelings.
Yeah, she's thorough with it, and you can't. I mean, there's nothing you can fight against. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, she breaks
and the second part of it, Dave, you tell the second part of
Dave is good about it.
Brother Dave. Wait, brother Jaden. Hey, how you doing? We skipped over Jaden. Hey, brother Dave. Hey, brother. Hey,
what's up, family? How y'all doing? How you doing, DJ?
Hey, how's it going?
You got it, brother.
Oh yeah.
I feel so. We old. Our response is so
tell about the other young lady, Dave.
And be careful what you call.
Right. I got in trouble last time.
We're not gonna go there.
We are old souls, though. You know what I mean? We are old souls. But it's good to see you. Even though I can't see you, it's good to see you, brother Dave.
Yeah, you here,
brother Dave? How was your day?
It was pretty eventful in the morning.
Okay. Oh, because you must have been on there throwing punches on Covenant Awakenings.
I got a good couple shots in.
All right.
But it's just, you know what it's about. Oh, man, this walk is difficult, and it's difficult for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons, and we started off pretty nice, and things got a little heated there, but it's always, and me and Karis was talking about this a little while back about, people just jumping on the channel, and just want to challenge you.
Yeah.
But then we have somebody else who jumped on the channel and they got challenged too, but really I think they were more so looking for answers, and they got caught up in the mix of the altercation that happened.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of, trying to straighten our people out too, because once there's a fight, you got the family wants to get in.
Right.
Everybody want to throw some punches in there, and I'm in there trying to break up some stuff, and, Karis is in there, and Oral's in there, and we're just trying to sort some stuff out.
I have a whole visual, like if this was like in the physical real life, right? Like, get back! Oh, don't get him!
Let's not forget about it.
Yeah, but brother Jaden, how you doing today?
Shalom, everybody. How's it going? I actually, shalom, Oral, shalom, brother Karis, brother Dave. I actually saw the replay of this whole video. It was kind of epic, and I gotta shout out to brother Karis and Dave. They held court, like they stood on the word, and they kept the troublemakers in their place, and it was just very eye-opening in terms of I guess I don't know if it's truly eye-opening in terms of like knowledge that I didn't know before about Eurocentric Christianity. But it was just seeing the level of opposition they have in their spirit towards the genuine Israelite community, those that aren't in the camps, those who are grounded in the Torah, and are really just about they're covered under the blood of Yahushua, following the laws, statutes, and commandments, and they still want to feel a type of way about us.
It's in their blood, you know what I mean? Like, and it I don't say it scares me in the sense of I'm afraid, but I'm just like, you're in trouble. Like, if you have a problem, if you have an issue and it's deep within you like that, like, you're in trouble,
Right?
So okay.
Because it's like we come in with like we come in the spirit of like, this is not what we just believe. This is what we know based on how the Holy Spirit has guided us in searching information and researching and studying to show ourselves approved. And like we've got, I mean, I've only come in this awakening like 5 years ago, but I've come across the same kind of receipts as brothers like Brother Dante has showed all of us, and like outlets like Teo Ministries and Coming and Awakenings. It's like the evidence is out there and it's multiplying, not just by the year, but by the day, by the hour, and it's racking up and it's building up our case. But it makes them just get so just angry and almost furious. Like, really, you're gonna do that towards the pursuit of truth? It just boggles my mind. And I saw that in the two people that Karis and Dave and them were wrestling with. It's a different kind of ruach on them. They were
absolutely
kind of God,
absolutely.
and it's sad, but it's not surprising.
Absolutely. Yeah, when you think you serving the same Elohim or Lua, when that spirit, that spirit of fury and disdain for us comes out, that they're not serving the Most High. They think they are, but they're serving an idea of what they want the Most High to be, exactly. and their idea doesn't is not who the Most High is, and even coming into this awakening, we all had to learn who the Most High really is, because the picture that they painted, we were staring at it, we were gazing at it, and right beside him, like, yeah, that's him, right, you know what I mean? But coming into this awakening and going back and reading those scriptures, and even going back and reading, like I went back and read the Gospel of Matthew, and I was like, Yahushua was heating them the whole time. You know what I mean? Like that's not the Yahushua that they gave. That's not who they gave us. They gave us exactly. But Yahushua, he was heating them the whole time. I'm like, that's my God. You know what I mean? That's my Lord.
Isn't it a different look when you know who you are, and you know that scripture is actually telling them, when he's clapping back at those Pharisees, he goes hard on people. He was going hard on them.
He was.
And it wasn't, oh, well, it's just corny, cowardly looking person. No, this man was beating them down with scriptures. And this is what people don't act like. They try to act like they know. Oh, well, he was just this and pious and no,
right. Oh, my children!
This dude was turning tables.
Was
turning tables. Come on,
making the whip a cord. You know what I'm saying? Get out this temple. Yeah, you know what I mean? I think the coldest thing he said. One of the coldest things he said was when he said they was fussing and and everything, and Yahushua was like, before Abraham was, I am. And he dropped the mic just like that. They was like, oh snap, get him. Clothes. Like, that was the coldest thing. Like, but that's how he was. He was straight up. He'll tell you, you go figure out what that means. You know what I mean? Like, he was not playing. That's Yahushua, and so you're right. The Jesus is the everything, flowers, grace. Yahushua, like, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna look, So
he definitely wasn't a beta male.
No. I appreciate being able to see his. We couldn't even see his real personality under the delusion of Eurocentric Christianity. We couldn't even read the scriptures and really see him. We couldn't, you know what I mean?
And that's what I wanted to say.
Oh, you go ahead.
As we awaken, as we get closer and closer, to our deliverance, as we see all these things happening, we have to realize that people are still under a type of delusion. And people, think that they found the ultimate truth when they still have not, even figured out who the majority of the scriptures are about, and we have to, and once channels get bigger, like Covenant Awakenings, once the channels get bigger, it just seems like There's more people trying to, put forth these, meaningless, arguments, and their cognitive dissonance, into the equation. It's just, and I just realized that's just something we have to deal with as we're awakening. As we're awakened, walking around, there's people still sleepwalking.
Yep.
The most like frustrating thing, like when it comes to dealing with cats like that, like them that don't, believe, don't understand who we are and where we come from. It's like they just whittle the gospel of the salvation of Yahusha just down to just New Testament. He came, he died, he got resurrected, gave us the Holy Spirit, and that's it. But it's like, and they have no passion to investigate prophecy, investigate, the Old Testament prophecies leading to, the Most High's, reconciliation with his people. But it's the prophecies that like encompass the gospel. It gives us like the most fullest understanding of the gospel, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because the way I've read it and seen it and experienced it, and the prophecies to come, like when he returns, that's all part of the gospel. And it verifies who Yahusha is. It's like if you call yourself a follower, you have to have that kind of desire to understand not just how the prophecies led to him and what it's going to lead to, but what prophecies, relate to his people. Because in the end of the day, it's all about Yah restoring his people back to where he wanted them to be.
Right.
So it's like you can't get in buddy with Yahusha and just disrespect the prophecies that revolve around him or his people. I just don't understand how they can just divorce that.
Well, they think that it doesn't matter. I've heard that out. I literally, like verbatim. It doesn't matter.
That's the new anthem for the Christian.
Oh, okay. Well, it matters because of prophecy. Okay, prophecy surrounds Israel, and if we are Israel and they aren't Israel, that means that nothing has been fulfilled. Now, I don't say nothing, but you know what I mean. As far as these prophecies for the end time, the gathering,
they're just going to grow cobwebs.
Nothing has actually been fulfilled yet because it wasn't fulfilled through them. So that means it does matter because the Most High is going to fulfill those prophecies through us. And so, but it's a defense. It's a defense mechanism. And it happens when you prove who you are. Then they say, well, it doesn't matter because there's no Jew or Gentile, and
and there goes the Eurocentric.
We're all waiting on the rapture, and we're all the same. We're all out here, so no, it does matter because we're not going to be out here. Right. And if you don't get it together, and if you don't cleave, then you're going to be out here in trouble. So, but I want to say Shabbat Shalom to Brother General Warman.
General Warman, how's it going?
How you doing, brother?
Good. Shabbat Shalom. Yeah. I see you got them gangsters up there on the panel.
Yeah, you already look.
We the A team.
Right.
Nah, but y'all were good. I was listening this morning, Brother Dave. You definitely, you're needed. Like you bring you and Karis, really Karis is like, he know how to bring everything back in when need to be, and he know how to bounce somebody out when need to be.
Hey, Karis is Hannibal Smith. I'm Howlin' Mad Murdoch. Rojo is B.A. Baracus. Right.
Yeah, so definitely.
Who's Chantel? Because Chantel come on when she get passionate. Oh my goodness.
See, y'all had Rojo on today. Was Rojo?
Boy, was he on? The whole thing was trying to get him back on the leash.
Rojo was, oh my goodness, he was definitely
everybody need a Rojo in the gun belt. Rojo come in handy when need be.
Right.
Oh snap.
You know what? And I think the key word is when the guy came on, he was like, I've never listened before. And I'm like, that should be a key word right there. Why would you come on a channel and not scope the channel first to find out how things work, where their eschatology is, who the people, like, what are they talking about? You just came right on. So you came on looking for a fight.
Yep.
You know?
That was an age.
Said release the Rojo.
Right. The Rojo went right at him too.
Rojo. Oh, snap. He a secret weapon.
That guy was an agent to come there and to just cause dissension and disruption.
Yeah,
because that's all he did for a short period.
I was just saying that sounds demonic. You know, when people don't have no reason to get on your channel and start to oppose you, that's some demonic stuff. And you know, it just proves how close, our existence, as we're conversing, how close our physical, existence, and as we get together, it's a spiritual, we have, spiritual presence, but it just shows how close the demonic realm is trying to be, on our community, to the point.
They're trying to disrupt the truth, brother DJ. Yeah. The truth is coming out. They're trying everything in their power to stop and disrupt it, because I'm talking about even physical attacks on people, because I mean, it's like we spoke about this. I mean, this week I've never felt more lethargic this week than I've never felt like this. It's like, I mean, and I've talked to other people and everybody's like, yeah, I feel kind of tired this week. I feel kind of sluggish. There's something, in my opinion, literally in the air that's like really weakening people.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that too.
What about you?
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, I know, Oral, you was talking about Jacobo wasn't well. Have anybody heard from him, like how he's doing?
Well, I reached out to him yesterday, and he said he's still feeling a little bit down, but he thanked everybody for their prayers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, I was wondering how come I hadn't seen him since the last video he posted. I hadn't seen him posting things.
Said that you felt the same way, because I spoke about this on Karis's channel about 2 days ago, how I went running on Monday and I literally had to stop. And I'm an avid runner. I run in the mornings, and I felt so weak, and it's like I felt it, the fog, it's like I felt it in my skin, like it was weakening me. And then I tried it again on Wednesday, and I literally had to will myself to finish my run without stopping. So he said he felt the same way. He said he felt like he just felt really tired and lethargic. And even this morning, because I was going to try to run again this morning, and I just couldn't get out of the bed. I just felt so weak and tired.
We don't even know. They could be spraying lithium in the air.
Well,
I know we've just been having a lot of fog over by me, and yeah, it feels kind of funny to me.
Y'all seen that movie, The Fog, right?
Yeah, I said that the other day. This week. The tentacles are going to be coming out the fog. The spiritual tentacles.
Something in there. I'm not trying to be a fearmonger or anything, but it's just I'm just telling my personal experience, because I was in it and I felt it.
Yeah,
and it feels different.
And what state are you in, brother?
I'm in Florida.
Oh man. Okay.
Well, I'll tell you what they are doing. They're transporting that stuff from Ohio to Michigan out here, to Michigan, to Indiana, and to Texas. And this is the thing I was thinking about, right? And then I saw Desert Farming.
His name is Paul.
From
Paul. Off the
okay, and then I saw him today, and I was like, and he said the same thing, which is, I don't know, to me it's common sense, but they're saying that they're taking that stuff and they're moving it to different states to put it in waste areas, whatever.
Secure it.
In my mind, the way that this warfare is going, the way it just seems like they're so desperate to eliminate people in general, but especially us, because they know that we're getting ready to leave. I think that they're moving it across states to spread it, meaning to put it in our water supplies. Because why would you take something that toxic and then you're distributing it to 3 different areas? Right. That sounds you cannot, we know we can't trust these people. They say one thing, but we know that it's way more. It's
way more intricate than that.
Yes, it is, absolutely. So I think that that's what they're getting ready to do is or contaminate other water supplies, right? Because
short answer, coming to the hood near you.
Right, there you go.
Right.
So we're at a point right now where, you know, I always say this, but we can't stay here. We can't stay here.
As you know, Talisha, what's her name? Talisha, yeah. She was saying, we need to, stack up on our magnesium, and it's true.
Okay.
Yeah. That's because we're doing our best to defend against this thing. We know ultimately that the Most High has our backs, and He's going to see every one of us through this. But I can't help but think about the folks that are seriously being injured. For example, I don't know if y'all have seen Lisa Cabrera's couple of videos on this derailment and the people working to clean up the rubbish in Ohio. Some of the workers, I believe, they work for Norfolk Southern. How the people in hazmat suits are getting sick. Yeah, trying to clean up the mess.
Right.
Hazmat suits.
Posed the question: how in the world are what do you think the people without hazmat suits, are going through? And
I saw that 43,700 animals have died over there. You trying to tell me that there aren't people dropped. You're trying to tell me 43,000 animals, right?
Reported.
Sister Brandy. Sister Brandy.
Yes.
Sister Brandy, here's the thing. It's a domino effect. And so that's a large number, but it's going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. And you have to remember, these people, they control the media, and they control what goes on to the internet and television. So
absolutely.
They're going to steer it where they want it to go. So if it's that large amount, best assured it's more than that.
Yeah. Have y'all seen in Oklahoma the weather? And I think Texas, they got a lot of stuff coming through Texas with the hurricanes and all that type of stuff. And Oklahoma they got the like quarter-size hail, cars flipped over.
Yes, the hail. Yes, I saw there's a tornado watch somewhere.
Olivia showed us.
I forgot where that was.
Was it Texas?
There might be a tornado watch in Texas. I think it was. Yeah,
because it was hail, and then they had a tornado warning, which is
okay. Look, the most
sounds more like
Oh, what'd you say, Brother Dave or Jaden? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, speaking of strange stuff, have you seen a video that was posted on like the Teo Ministries Facebook group? There was a video somebody had shot. I think it was in Ohio, but they were filming like this strange looking like black stringy cloud that was close
That's
to where
the cloud
it looked like mucus. It looked like black mucus, black mucus.
Yeah.
It looked like black mucus.
Right, black mucus. I almost wonder if it's some of that like weird graphene stuff they be talking about that's in the.
It looked like it, but they on one right now, y'all. They are on one, and the funny thing is that they're deciding, okay, whether it's outside sabotage, whatever the case. If it is outside sabotage, they're very hush about it. Like everyone should be going off. The government should be going off right now. Like, yo, this is dangerous. We got to get you out of there. They're real like, oh, everything's okay. Just chill.
But that's what they're supposed to do, though. Believe me, even if it is outside sabotage, they're not going to alert the public, because even when the Titanic was going down, they had the band playing and everything.
That is true.
Oh, everything is fine. Don't worry, because you're not going to find out until the last minute. When you find out, it's too late.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely. That's a great point.
Right.
That's a great point.
Right.
And I don't know if y'all saw, but there's
American way.
Weird dust. I think 4 people died from it. There's some type of weird dust that's covering cars that's in the air. And I don't even know what state. So much stuff is happening so fast all over this country. Like, I don't even know what states it hit. I can't remember because it's story back to back to back. But there's a strange dust that they don't know what it is that's falling from the sky, and that's covering cars and stuff, and people are getting sick apparently. And so that's outside of, I don't know if that has to do with the Ohio thing, but this place is going to hell in a handbasket. You know what I mean?
We're gonna have to, scroll through some more Netflix and just see what else they have in store for us. In store for this country, because I forgot what show that was. Maybe somebody can refresh my memory. What was that?
You talking about with the trains?
Yes.
White Noise or something like that?
White Noise, and it happened in Ohio, correct? In the show.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
A derailment.
They don't care. They're just doing it. They don't care.
And Brandy and I, we scroll through Netflix. Just the the previews. Just to see what they have planned for us. And they had robot, invasions, they had alien invasions, they had all kinds of stuff.
What's on the menu today?
Like what's on the predictive programming menu today?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's kind of scary, to see that they're so bold to the point where this is a major operation. Mm-hmm. Like, we have to sit back and realize this operation is so coordinated and major that it is, they are successfully derailing a multiple amount of trains, which is one of the most reliable sources of transportation goods and services.
You rarely hear about things when you hear so many trains back to back.
Yep.
It's got to be sabotage, because trains over the years, you don't see that, you don't hear that.
No, you don't. Not at all. It's not anybody can just walk into the rail industry, the railroad transportation industry. You can't just walk in there, to my knowledge. You got to go through some intense training. It's very serious, because some major things can happen, and it just so happens that it's happening all right now.
Right by our
New Year,
by our Passover. It's like the heat is turned all the way up. It's like, we got to get them now.
Not to put a particular time frame on this thing, but we can see how things are, accelerating.
It's beyond accelerated. We're going like 200,
180, 200
miles per hour, and it's like, and the fact that if it is outside sabotage, what's funny is they're taking the stuff. The government is taking the stuff and dispersing it amongst the other states, right? And so maybe they're in cahoots with one another. It just seems like they want to bring this house down as quickly as possible, and with us in it, because
it's a controlled demolition.
Yeah.
Yes. The train that derailed in Greece, right? That killed 65. What is going on, y'all?
So what's up with that?
What is going on?
I think looking at this.
We just blind, we just can't see these things happening, all at the same time, apparently.
Listen,
I think y'all looking at this wrong.
Okay.
All right. I think Thomas the Train done had it.
Look. He said Thomas the Train.
Listen.
Man, yo.
I'm like, Carol's about to kick some wisdom real quick. What is it?
He's
Thomas the Train.
He's tired of these colonist conductors, telling them when to go,
right,
and when to go.
You know what I'm saying? Look, they done probably rejected Happy Valley's, labor contract. All right,
So when did the derailment happen in Greece? Because I didn't hear
a couple days ago.
Did we?
It's like, we can't keep up with this stuff. My goodness,
I don't.
We can't keep up with even the United States versus the world, man. Because I don't know. Has anyone looked into or heard about the worms falling from the sky in China?
No.
The what?
You got worms falling?
I heard about worms. It's like some kind of. I scrolled past it real fast earlier today, but they were saying it's like worms, and so please don't quote me as if it's factual. But I just said I came across it.
Listen,
so I wanted to see if it was collaborated by or corroborated by anyone else.
Listen,
I hadn't seen that, but I tell you what, they in trouble. And these Gentile nations in trouble. Y'all thought what happened to look, the Most High said double. It's wild out here. It's time to go. Y'all take y'all spanking. We gonna leave because I don't want nothing to do what the Most High got in store for y'all. I did not.
DJ, did y'all see Zelensky saying that he begging for our sons and daughters to come over there. Y'all seen that?
Look.
No, I didn't hear that, but well, I don't think a lot of us gonna hear that though. Anyway,
Yeah.
No, ain't nobody studying what that little man talking about.
What is
Now, I did not see about I didn't know anything about warships docked in Brazil. I had no idea about that. Does anybody know about that?
That's in the
Yep,
air.
apparently they have
now
some.
which warships is it? China or Russian warship?
No,
It
it's
says in the screen.
Iranian.
It says
These are
Iranian. Oh
warships.
wow.
Yes, they're in Brazil right now. Over and they're getting over to the Panama Canal. So the thing is, they're not just in Brazil. You have to remember, a lot of oil has been transported from Iran to Venezuela, and now let's think about it. Now you're hop, skip, and a jump to the Panama Canal from Venezuela. Basically, the Southern Caribbean is on lock. And people don't even want to talk about that because why? Because Maduro's government is cool with Iran, and they're literally only about, I would say, like 3,000 or 4,000 miles just to the south of Florida.
Right.
And here's the thing: those are two of the BRICS nations right there.
Yep.
Iran and Brazil.
Yeah. Well, you have Brazil, and then you have Venezuela. Those are excuse me, Iran and Venezuela. They're kind of like BRICS plus.
Okay. You said BRICS plus.
Right.
Okay. Right on. Okay. Now, you guys, Sister Cry Loud Yasharal, Sister Charmin. Hey, Sister Charmin, how you doing? She's talking about how in Mississippi they're talking about reinstating something that looks like Jim Crow laws, and Talisha Yah also brought this up. Now, what is going on with that? Because I didn't see that.
They didn't already pass the bill.
What bill did they pass?
So basically, and I'm kind of researching this myself, but this has been work for the past week, where the Republican officials in Mississippi, and especially the city of Jackson, they're passing a bill that creates basically a white Gentile controlled district in Jackson, which is according to stats, they're like 80% black city. But but the person in charge of it, I think his name is Trey Lamar. He's like a GOP dude that basically represents like the Gentile part of the Jackson, Mississippi population, right? But it's essentially organized where, they get to appoint the judges, they appoint the officials, they appoint the prosecutors for the whole criminal justice system there. And it's all of them in control of, us that are there in Jackson. So we didn't vote them in. They didn't get elected. They just got put there by their own.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So that means they can do whatever kind of foul thing they want to do against us.
No,
and they're in control.
I'm sorry. It's time to go.
Yeah, it is, and it was it's so interesting that this particular story was coming up because I've always thought in the back of my mind, it's what is it going to take for the Israelites that are still in churchianity? What's it going to take for them to snap out of it and realize what we've been saying all along, that it's time to go? And a part of me senses that stories like this are going to start ramping up as the time gets closer. And they're already talking, somebody in the chat was mentioning, it's not just going to be Mississippi, it's also going to be, maybe Tennessee, maybe Alabama or something like that. It's, that's where it's heading right now. And I think that's going to be more stuff like that forces us that aren't awake to start awakening and questioning these things and realizing this isn't in the past. The Eurocentrics ain't going to be able to say, oh, well, just let it go. Nope. That was in the past. Racism doesn't exist anymore, because it's right in their face. This is their judgment.
It's a witness against them. You see, The Most High, this whole time, he has been he has been throwing witnesses in their face. With the CRT, when they fought against that, they said that they didn't want that, right? Well, that was a witness against them because the Most High is trying to bring to the forefront what occurred, right? So that you if you do somebody wrong, right? If I do something to somebody and they want they want to sit down and talk to me about it and say, hey, you did this to me, so on and so forth. They bring it to my attention, and then I say, you know what, I'm sorry, I apologize, how can I make it right? You know what I mean? There's a repentance and then a restoring, or an action. So what they did when they fought against CRT is they said, we don't want to know, we don't want to apologize, we don't want to repent, we don't care. Ignorance. You said what, sweetheart?
They pled for their ignorance instead.
Yes, they did plead. Like he said, they pled for their ignorance, right? So that was a witness against them, right? And then so this stuff coming out here, like you were saying, Brother Jaden, put it in the past, and no one's racist anymore. And, well, this is a witness against you, okay?
I'm going to stick the Rojo on them if they bring that to me next time.
Right. You gonna unleash the Rojo, as someone said.
You know what Brother Oral be talking about all the time, that the people be in strong delusion.
Yes.
That strong delusion. And I told him the other day, I said, that strong delusion is only a delusion until some people that look like the other people, other persuasions, say something that we've been saying. Yep. And all of a sudden the delusion just lifts and disappears, and it's all true. They took out Brother Dante said, out the white pill bottle.
Yeah. Yep.
For some people, that the delusion is a delusion as long as it look like us. But as soon as they say it, delusion is all it's gone.
Right.
You seen John Hagee talking about that stuff now, talking about Exodus and all that.
Oh, he is. Oh, he is. Yeah. No. Y'all stick with y'all rapture.
Oh man,
I
hope they know what the Exodus is gonna look like.
You stick with your pre-trib rapture. Don't you come over here with that. Don't come over here with that. You stick to what you've been preaching for the last 50, 60, 70.
That's done, yo.
No.
That might be finished.
You know what time it is, and you know who we are, and you know what's about to happen.
They jump in the boat.
Yeah, they jump. They said, look, Exodus. Oh, now y'all concerned about an Exodus when we wake up. Okay.
No, it was rapture.
No, it's a rapture. No, you getting taken out of here. Jesus gonna come down and rescue you because you need to be rescued because your life is so hard. And no, y'all stick with that.
Yeah, they've been watching Kara's channel. They've been sending agents over there. Kara's popular now.
Hey, Kara, Brother Kara, you got folks watching. Right. That's crazy.
Well, I told him, I said, if y'all want to talk crazy and slick to me, via email, they weren't too happy when I exposed that email address, and I said, hey, somebody better let such and such know that they got jacked. Oh, they weren't happy. Look, I'll be a fool if they want to be a fool to me. I know how foolish games work.
Look.
Oh, I gotta check on the kid.
Yeah, somebody's knocking at the door, so.
Keep on.
Okay. All right. We got all except for the oldest in bed. We let her stay up. She's probably listening. She might get in on the chat and say something.
Hey, you know what? If it's time for their exodus, where they gonna go? That's what I want.
Look, you better cleave. Oh no, they're gonna. I don't know where they think they're gonna go. I thought it was a rapture. I thought it was a pre-trib rapture. Now y'all got an exodus. I need to figure out where. Yeah, exactly, brother. Where y'all going?
Get your porcupine costumes right over here.
Oh my goodness!
It ain't gonna be. I'm gonna be like what was it? That thing with Tony Stark. There won't be no strings on me. Just listen, keep them at arm's length.
Oh my goodness! Brother Dave gonna be doing the Heisman the whole time.
That's right, or the FTD floor. So either way, either one to keep me at arm's length.
Well, we're gonna be able to spot you. We're gonna know exactly who you are. We're gonna see some man in a porcupine costume and walking like this. So, but yeah, it is. It's to me, I get excited because at the rate that everything is happening, it's like, okay, we're getting ready to leave. Okay, all right, y'all moving chemicals all across the state, or the country, to poison. Basically, you try to poison everybody. Okay, I see what you're doing. All right, y'all try to pass, Jim Crow laws and stuff like, okay, it's time to go. All right. It lets me know. And like DJ was saying, it's happening so close to our, to our New Year and to our, Passover. It just seems like it's going to continue to get intense because the baby's about to come out. Right. And that's how it is in childbirth. The closer you get, the more intense it gets. And you're like, you know what? Somebody please help me. Help me, please.
I say don't be surprised if we see a lot of tropical storms and hurricanes just laying down and wasting the southern states if they pulling stuff like this against it. Because I believe the Most High always fights on our behalf, and he uses nature to do that too. And it's like the more they try to come against us as we awake, the more the judgments come on them. So I bet I wouldn't be surprised if that's one of those manifestations of that, because he's always fighting for us, even when we don't see it.
Hey, Sister Brandon, who was that? I missed it. That they said that there's no 400-year prophecy.
Right. Yep. Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to do it. I tell you what. Did you see how the person that predicted that apparently someone predicted that there was going to be that earthquake or those earthquakes over there in Turkey? Apparently, the same person predicted that there is going to be major earthquakes sometime this week. Also,
yeah, I saw the headline. I didn't see the video, but I think, same dude.
Yeah, I think I might pull that up really quickly because I'm like, when they say they predicted something, right? You ain't predicting anything. You causing stuff, but the Most High is allowing it. So,
yeah, get your Acme earthquake kit.
Right? Yes. Yes. We got Thomas the Train and we got Acme. You know what I mean?
Hey, Dave, you're showing your age because some of the people
you're telling your age, Dave.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull that up as soon as I can find it here.
Wow. Dave, you might have to explain what the Acme is, man, because some people don't know what you're talking about.
Right, that's old school.
It's Wile E. Coyote. He always uses Acme products to try and catch the road runner, and the stuff winds up backfiring back on him. That's who he should have been fighting, is some Acme products, and leave that bird alone.
You should be fighting that corporation, man, with their defective products.
Right.
I just don't know why he didn't just eat the Acme seeds that he bought. Just eat on that and don't worry about chasing the bird. Like, use your brain, bro.
Yeah, but he's a coyote. The bird can eat the seed, but he's a coyote. He wants some meat.
Now that coyote was stiff necked.
They gotta have their meat.
Yeah, he's right. The coyote was stiff necked.
What happened?
I said that coyote. I said he was stiff necked. That coyote.
You're right. You're right. That could be us too.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
Right.
The determination on that coyote is just out of this world, man. No matter how many times he gets burned up, to a certain degree, it's almost like they were like mocking us because he always had blackface when he got blown up.
Hey, you know what's right?
I didn't even realize.
He didn't have the white lips, so that's like, I don't know if that's technically blackface because he didn't have the white lips with it. So
no, but every time he blew up, I just thought about this. Every time he got blown up, he always turned like black. So,
not just him. Every time the cartoon characters got blown up, their face turned black.
Yeah.
Especially Tom and Jerry. That was notorious.
Well, Tom was black anyway, wasn't he? He used to come out with the zoot suits and whatnot.
Tom was great.
Yeah, he did.
No, but he was a Hebrew.
Older.
Hey. Yeah, because Tom used to come out and say, "Oh, is you is, oh, is you ain't my baby."
That was my
song. That's the only, and he never would talk, but he would sing. I only heard him speak one time, but he would always sing.
Right.
Yep. All right, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this really quickly. So let me see here. Let me see here. All right.
So, Sister Brandy, while you're looking for that question for you, how's the weather up by you guys?
It is snowing.
It is snowing.
It was raining. Yes.
It was raining. It rained a little bit. Then it rained today in the early afternoon, and then it started to snow. and we're expected to get about 4 to 8 inches.
Oh, you guys gonna get some heavy powder then? Okay.
Yes.
It might not be to the same degree as around December 24th, December 25th.
Oh yeah, with that big,
we had it out
big
here.
one. Yeah.
But apparently, people are preparing, for it. People are preparing for some nasty weather.
Wow. It's things like that that make me happy that I moved from the cold states.
Oh,
it just makes me realize how much I don't belong here.
Right.
I just, it just, the cold weather just speaks to me deeply and said, you don't belong here.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, y'all.
Desert Farming with Paul and Adrian. This is March the 1st, 2023.
Fair use.
I have some news for you guys. I just wanted to run by you. Now, everybody knows about the massive earthquakes that hit Turkey about 3 weeks now, the 7.8 and the 7.5 that was in Turkey and Syria. Now, this article is claiming that the same seismologists who predicted the Turkey earthquakes are now predicting megaquakes even larger on March the 3rd through March the 7th in different parts of the world. You can Google this information yourself. This is nothing that you cannot find out yourself. So I want to bring you this information because I posted a video of Linda Courtney. She was talking about the 3 days of darkness and stuff like that, and there would be a major earthquake before that. And then a lot of people have been talking about March, what's going to be happening in March. So let me go ahead and read this article to you. I wanted to bring you this information just to give you a heads up. This is from the 24 News Agency. Seismologists who predicted state of emergency in Turkey warned of megaquake in March. It said this material information was produced, distributed, and or sent by foreign agent of RS Balt JSC or related to the activities of foreign agent. He said in March, the world may experience a new earthquake, said Dutch seismologist Frank Hugerbits. His forecast was published on its website by the scientific organization Solar System Geometry Survey, in which he wrote, according to the seismologist, strong seismic activity and the possibility of a mega earthquake may occur on March the 3rd or the 4th or March the 6th or the 7th to affect Kamchatka, the Kuril Islands, Japan, or other regions. A megaquake is an earthquake that occurs at a broken tectonic plate boundaries when one plate in the zone collides with another. This type of earthquake is the most powerful on the planet and has a magnitude greater than 9.
Okay, so I want to pause right there, right? Just for a second. A magnitude greater than 9. So this man, right, is predicting that there's going to be an earthquake either on the 3rd or the 4th or the 6th or the 7th. That's going to be yes, he's a seismologist, but it's just really convenient, right?
But Sister Brandy, it's not that hard to actually, if they were actually causing it, or if they are predicting it, it's not really that difficult to see. And here's the reason why: because seismologists, they literally have these seismology devices all around the different parts of the world that they're known to be prone to earthquakes. So, and then they have like mapping units, like X-rays, where they're X-raying the area. So they can actually see the movement and they can predict it to a certain amount of accuracy.
Right.
Because of all the physical evidence that they have. But of course, I mean, ultimately, the Most High is who's going to move it one way or the other. So it's not, in my opinion, it's not necessarily them predicting it. It's more of them seeing what's going to happen because they have the physical evidence to dictate the outcome, or not even, I shouldn't even use the word dictate, but to see the outcome of what's going to happen because they have the physical evidence.
Yeah.
It's an estimation.
Yeah. It's y'all, it's whatever, whether it's by their own hand or by by the Most High allowing them to do this, or the Most High doing it Himself, it's all cracking right now. You know what I mean?
It's judgment.
Yeah, it's judgment. Yep, that's exactly right.
Definitely
So I thought that was interesting. And I wanted to touch on this right here. So Apple of His Eye said, so was it two visible planets the other night or something else? Now, did anybody catch that in the sky? Because we were coming home from signing everybody up for Taekwondo. and we did, y'all. Look, this week, the McAfees, we do random stuff. And this week, the random thing was to sign the whole family up for Taekwondo. Let's do it. You know what I mean? Why not?
DJ, you, Brandy, and you as well?
The children. Let's go.
Three. We're gonna try 3 of the children out, and then.
Well, Olivia said she wants to try. So 4. The baby can't do it, obviously.
Why not? What you mean the baby can't do it? Why not? The baby needs to get the baby needs to get her little gi and a little white belt go on. Come on, what's up with that?
Well, I don't know. They don't have a uniform that'll fit her.
It's not a uniform.
She's only a year and 4 months.
4 months, yeah. Plus, she be beating us up all the time.
She already does Taekwondo.
Now,
so definitely need to join up too.
Those 2 lights in the sky, though, right?
Somebody was
go ahead.
Somebody was going to say something. Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think the Most High is preparing your family to help beat back some Gentiles if they try to jump in line on
you. We try to get on Brother Dave's level.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Just don't get to Rojo's level now.
Right. Say it again.
I was just talking about us having to put our hands on some Gentiles.
Right. Look, we're gonna that same person that came on Karis's channel finna come on here, finna find us.
He better not. We got the A team.
Right.
Yes.
Brandy, you taking out the errands? Like you taking out the errands, about to put on some grease on you.
Right. Oh.
Right. Hey, side note, I'm from the country, so talk about putting grease on. Look, we have a rule in this house, and that is no one leaves the house unless you greased up. Okay,
right.
You from the country, everybody got to be shining. You got that shea butter on, everybody shining. Okay,
yeah, that sounds like my wife. My wife did the same thing. Had them boys glistening.
Yes.
I had to wipe some off. I'm like, yo, that's too much.
Yo, he does.
He takes some off. He put in my hair or something.
He does do that. He wipe off the excess.
That's too much, baby.
Like, no, baby, they need to be glistening.
They got that Jermaine Jackson soul glow on.
Right. But yeah, so we were coming home and we saw it. I looked in the sky. I was like, "What is that?" Because we seen 2 lights, but they were they were stationary. People said they were moving. I didn't see them moving because I'm just watching it, right? And it looked. They were like the way they were separated. It was like a perfect separation. It was like. I don't know it was like this. It was like one here, and it was just there like that in the sky.
Was this during the night or was it during the day?
It was during the night, and we took a video. And then next thing you know, brother, I forgot what brother it was that
Brother Randall.
Yeah, Brother Randall posted a video right after us. Then people were posting pictures and like, yo, what is that? And I know they're saying it's Venus and Jupiter, but personally,
from a geocentric standpoint, if you know what I'm saying.
We flat earthers over here. Okay.
How exactly?
Well, I'm with you on that, Brandy and DJ.
Right. Yeah, okay. No.
And according to Enoch, there are some celestial bodies that are not going in the formation that they were supposed to. They're disobedient. And because of that, according to Enoch, and because of that, they're being punished.
Right.
Or they're going to be punished. And for that same reason, these nations, they worship them, hence Jupiter, Venus. These are all, Greek, little g gods that they worship. Now, my question is, can something appear to be closer and not be closer?
Yeah.
And this is what as far as the heliocentric diagram, they've been telling us not to believe our eyes for a long time, but
Bingo, Angela.
Yes, the wandering stars, exactly. And not that I seen a post by Sister Shonda. I don't know if y'all seen it, but there was this weird beam of light shining down. You seen it?
Yep.
It was a weird beam of light shining down that was seen in several different states. And she mentioned that scripture where it says look up, because your salvation, your salvation, your redemption is nigh. And I was like, man, I certainly hope that's the case. But as far as these things that we've seen, they're going to keep telling us one thing.
But here's the thing, though, brother DJ and sister Brandy. I think they're always going to try to keep us distracted because there's so much things going on here. We know us as the people that have the light, and praise be to our Heavenly Father. We know that the little case G's, as you said, DJ, they run this ruined world, and so every now and again they could just put themselves up there, put their stuff up there just to keep us distracted, or even the people that they give the power to rule this world, they can do that to put some things up there just to keep us distracted.
Right.
But let's always just continue to just keep our eyes on the prize, because we are coming out of here soon.
Oh, absolutely.
And all this chaos that's happening is just the birth pain before our deliverance.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And the frequency of them is
it's baby about
it's telling.
It's baby about to come out frequency. And speaking from someone that is delivered, like I always say, we were leading up to this, it was birth pain. Something happened, and maybe a week or 2 or 3 or a month, and then something happened. But now we're at that point where
it's like we're in a completely different world.
Yes, where it's
day after day.
And when it hits constantly, I'm sure a lot of you are fathers. When it hits constantly, that's when the baby is getting ready to come out. And so that's where we are right now. And I praise the Most High for that, because
it must get like this. This must happen. These things must happen. What are you going to say?
I was just going to say, less than 5 years ago, I wasn't looking for an exodus. I was looking for a rapture. You know what I mean? And now it's like, I know that what I'm looking for is legit. And so I'm glad to be alive and in the midst of prophecy being fulfilled, because it's surreal. It's awesome, so
I'm just praying for us all that we don't get the Red Sea complex and we start looking back and we was like, oh, now we all about to die, and even though I look at these things and it's troubling. These things are troubling. Basically the air and the water that, we have in this country is compromised. Yeah. Even if there's already signs of that today, so yeah, I'm concerned. But I know that the Most High, comes through on His word, and we have these examples not only biblically, but in our own personal lives, and in Scripture we see that we are to be redeemed, to be rescued out of this. But brothers, I don't know how many times you've seen a baby crown, but there's a lot of mixed emotions. You're scared. You're amazed. It's an interesting experience, to see life born, and that's kind of what I see, as far as our nation. Where things around us, the circumstances, there's a lot of pain in store, for anybody staying here, which is how we know that we're not going to be here long. But we should just be, praising the Most High that we've got this far. We've got our minds. We have comprehension. We can read. And we believe. We have faith. We have faith in the Most High's word. So yeah, I rambled for a second.
Hallelujah.
It's that baby crowning is there's no turning back. I remember we're all adults here, so I'll tell you, it was our second son. I think it was our second son. Our last baby, we did a home birth, and that was fantastic. But our which is our youngest daughter, but our second son, I was at the hospital, and I got to the point where the contractions are, kind of what we're experiencing right now, where it was back to back to back. And it was maybe 5 minutes apart. And I was like, okay, that's it, because I've had all my children naturally, but I always get to that point where the pain is so strong that I'm like, okay, forget it. Just give me the epidural. But by the time I ask for it, it's too late and I can't get it anyway, right? And so multiple times, yes. So this particular time, the same scenario, I'm like, I'm doing this naturally, and then it gets to the point where the pain's so severe, and I'm like, okay, just give me the epidural. And,
do you got anything?
And they're like, okay. And then they went and they tried to attempt to give it to me, but while they were trying to attempt to give it to me, the baby was already crowning. The baby was already coming out, and they couldn't do it, because it was too late, and so it once that baby crowns, the baby's out. You know what I mean? Once it's done. And so we're at the point right now where the baby is crowning, and it's like there is no turning back. And there's nothing that you can do to alleviate the pain of or the intensity of what's happening right now. You just have to see it through, right? And so we're at the point where we're seeing this through, and we know what's in store for us, and which is life, new life, right? And that baby is born as new life, is new experiences. It's a fresh start. This is what we're coming up to. This is what is in store for us. Being able to be held by your parent. For the first time, or the Most High is getting ready to hold us. And getting ready to, it's like everything that our ancestors done, and so on and so forth. The Most High is He's putting it behind him, and we're going to be that nation again. You know what I mean? And so the baby's about to come out, y'all. So, yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yes, yeah. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. Yeah. So, but
it's looking mad chaotic out here.
Yeah, it's looking mad chaotic. It is. It really is. And I always say, this Passover, I think it's going to be interesting. But the closer we get to it, the more I believe myself when I say it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, okay. Like, am I tripping? Or is this Passover good? No, I really do believe in, I know we can't put dates on things, but at this rate of intensity, a month from now, I can't imagine what that's going to look like. You wake up and they've compromised the country, through chemicals and stuff. Something I wanted to show was that the chemicals that they spilled and that they're moving across the country are the same chemicals that there were soldiers in North Carolina that were stationed in North Carolina in the 50s, I think, and they got exposed to these same chemicals, and it caused cancers and cell mutations and all kinds of things, and those are the same chemicals that just got basically dumped out on purpose, and now it's being distributed throughout the country. And so this is real warfare, y'all. But there's nothing to be afraid of, because the Most High already told us how this is going to go. So I'm excited, and I'm excited. I'm ready, y'all. I'm ready.
A buddy of mine just sent me a TikTok video of a guy that came out and said he got out of prison 7 months ago, and he said that they were distributing fentanyl in the prison. They were lacing their smokes with fentanyl in the prisons, and the guys were in the prisons were trying to fight against it, so they took it and put them in the hole for months. So it's they coming hard.
You seen the fentanyl with the they giving the people on the street, like I think they showed them in Philly and stuff, leaning over like zombies.
Yes.
Oh, we just watched something.
I used to live down there.
Yeah, their skin's falling off. They are at risk of having limbs falling off.
Yeah, because they're lacing the fentanyl with animal medication.
Oh, it's a tranquilizer.
Right.
They're calling it trank.
Right.
And so come on now. Oh, I think essential growth dropped off.
Okay.
They got holes in their body. Like they were showing some of them hands real swollen, looked like the Elephant Man, and some of the legs were gone and holes in their leg. Like it's real bad. But I heard a lot of people. Y'all probably heard tons of channels, people talking about this zombie zombie.
Brother Yakoba came on to say ain't no 400-year prophecy.
We gotta all say this in unison after the day. We go like a chorus, y'all. I hate to interrupt you. Go ahead and finish what you were saying. I'm sorry, brother.
Nah, I was just saying that they were looking around like zombies all through the streets, and you constantly hear on different channels people talking about because of the lollipop, that zombie effect on different people, and you're just starting to see a lot of these things come up. Even that video you just played with the earthquakes, and they talking about 3 days of darkness, like you done heard that a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. They people gonna start eating each other and stuff. We see some wild stuff.
I think it's only a matter of time because they've been. That's one of the oldest playbook they've been playing since the 50s. The whole zombie apocalypse thing.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's only a matter of time before you see that art starts to imitate life.
Right.
Because I saw someone. Well, you know what? I can't comment much on it because I'm still doing the research. But someone was talking about that in Scripture it does talk about something like that happening. But I want to do a little research more before I start commenting on that.
I think I know what you're referring to. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, what he said? What is it?
Was it along the lines of people not being able to die, or was that something else?
Yes.
Yeah.
They made that reference as well. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is what they keep attempting. And, when they get their wish, they're going to wish they didn't.
Right. They're going to seek death and not be able to find it. Right.
Yes.
Can you imagine finally figuring out how to not die, but things are so terrible on the earth that you want to figure out how to die.
And you can't.
So, but,
they call it biohacking.
Say it again. Ain't no fun. Not only is there a 400-year prophecy, but I mean, look, all the prophecies. I don't even know what to say. We in the midst of the we're not even in the midst. We're at the end of this. You know what I mean? So it's pretty exciting because a lot of people are going to get put in their place very soon. All the naysayers, you know what I mean? All the people that tried to fight against the truth, whether they be Hebrew, whether they be Gentile, all the people that we tried to tell and they, said, oh, it's skin doctrine or it doesn't matter. Or there's when the Most High makes that distinction and says, these are my people. And that light shines on us. Every mouth is going to be stopped. Everyone's going to shut it, and they're going to have no choice but to come to the brightness of our rising. They're going to have no choice but to say, "I hear that Yahuwah is with you. I will come with you." It's going to go from "you're not." It doesn't matter to, "Okay, where do we go? Okay, what do I need to do? Okay, here, take my money. Just take me with you. So,
but Sister Brandy, as many as the people that are going to say that and want to actually be a part of it, it's going to be a larger amount that's just not going to be able to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they'll stay here.
They're just going to refuse, and they're going to refuse it so deeply and so passionately because to a strong point to be made is that they can't help themselves because that perpetual hatred that they talk about in Deuteronomy 28, and it's gonna happen. But real fast, just a quick shout out to brother Jacob. I hope you're feeling better, brother.
Yes, brother.
Most definitely.
It's good to have you in the building.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're gonna have to one of these days. You're gonna have to come on and say, "Ain't no 400-year prophecy."
Right. That's that's all I need.
Right. But people that were like on Brother Karas's channel this morning, right? That's the type of person, Brother Oral, I believe yours, the type of spirit that you're speaking on that, when they do find out the truth and they can't hide from it anymore because the Most High makes it known, to the whole world, it's still going to be like, well, I'm not going with them. Well, I'm staying here, so.
Yeah, it's going to cut them so hard and it's just going to be like a pain in their body where it's almost like I can feel it for them. It's like just a deep down anger that they're going to have that they're just going to say, I'd rather die than to believe these people.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
It's going to happen to them. Yeah.
You know what?
I would say there might. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to quickly say, I think there might be hope for the dude that was. It might be. Oh, what's up, Yakoba? How's it going?
Right. What's up, brother?
What's up, fam? How y'all doing?
Shabbat shalom.
Yakoba, what's going on, brother?
Essential growth outside.
Like one of my friends say, try not to die.
Oh man. You had the flu?
I don't know what it was. I don't know. Something was trying to get on me. My pressure was sky high, and I went to the doctor today, and ran some blood work and EKG and stuff. So
okay.
We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I think I agree with Oral. There's something in this air.
It's gotta be.
Yeah,
it's gotta be.
Because we were sick last week too. We're just now. I'm just now starting to be able to sleep without coughing for like an hour or two before I fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm almost over whatever I had
last week.
Some folks at work going home throwing up. Not to scare anybody, but obviously there's something going on. There's something going around. So yeah.
What were you all symptoms?
So basically,
I had flu-like symptoms. I had a temperature.
Yeah.
I had the flu.
Yeah.
It wasn't a stomach flu, but it was the flu. Yeah. I was coughing up mucus. Basically flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, and for me, I had a really hard time sleeping. Like I was coughing throughout the day, coughing. It felt like there's like hair in my throat or something. I couldn't get it out or get to it, whatever it was. But just tired. Like normally, like I try to work out like a few times a week, but I couldn't really bring myself to do that because I was tired and just coughing. So. Okay. But Shabbat Shalom, Essential Growth. How you doing?
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yep, we hear you.
Okay. It's raining here, so I didn't know if you could hear. I just wanted to, I had like a couple of dreams. So if you can bear with me, I wanted to share the dream, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay. The first dream was about an earthquake, and this was like last Sunday after Shabbat. Basically, it was like a quick dream, but I remember going outside in the dream, and in the dream, I was in my subdivision, and the whole outside, like the parking lot area and everything, was like broken up, and my neighbors all were outside, and they were like, "You didn't feel that?" And my house was intact, but all theirs were like messed up. So I ended up falling like right back asleep after that. Maybe like a week prior, my grandfather had a dream and he told me about it. Basically, his dream was his mother, Sarah, she passed on, a while ago, but she was in the dream and she was going on a trip, and one of my nephews was in like the entryway and he was coming down the stairs and he couldn't make out which nephew it was, but he was unpacking bags, and it was my nephew Gabriel when he got closer. And my grandmother, she had passed on too, but she came in the doorway and her name was Joan. And he's like, "Joan, what is Gabriel doing here unpacking bags?" And she said, "Are you just going to stand there or are you going to help him?" So fast forward to the dream that I had this time. I'm from Philadelphia. So I was in Philadelphia and I'm walking down the street and it was a guy from my high school and his name is Mike. And Mike was like, your grandmother's stuck in the house. Or I've been trying to get to her. Are you going to go in there and get her? Do you know how to get her? And I said, yeah. So I went in the house. It was my great grandmother, Sarah, on my father's side, and she passed on. So I'm helping her get ready. And in the dream, like she looks like she's in her 30s. I've never seen her in that state. And then my grandmother, Joan, again comes and she has her jacket on and she has like a bottle of water in her hand and she's like, we're ready to go. And I knew Mike from a program called Upward Bound in high school. It was just weird because it was like the angel Gabriel and the angel Michael, and we were trying to get ready to go on a trip. And in my grandfather's dream, he had the same two names, the same Sarah and my grandmother Joan, and then he had like Gabriel and I had Michael. So I just wanted to share that.
Wow.
to me, what I got from it was like we're about to go.
Wow.
Like I was helping in my both times, like my grandmother's my dream, both of my grandmothers were like in a really young state.
Okay.
So
And
I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, and I do think it's significant, especially with the fact that you saw her in a younger state, and you know how the scriptures talk about he's going to restore us. You know that we're going to be long enjoy the work of our hands. So essentially, we're going to be like the youth. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I appreciate you sharing that, and that brought me to something that that happened to me this week. Was it when did we have the carpet? We had a carpet clean. Okay, so check this out, y'all. So we had our carpet clean, our living room carpet cleaned on Monday, and the guy that comes to clean our carpet, his name is Jacob, right? And so that was Monday.
Wow.
And then, but then yesterday, what was yesterday? What's today, y'all? Yesterday was Thursday. Then yesterday, when we were on our way home from joining Taekwondo, we stopped at a place called Culver's because it was late, you know, so we stopped at a place to get something to eat. And our boys, our two older boys, had to use the bathroom, so I brought them inside, and I decided to order at the counter. And the guy that helped me, his name was Jacob. Okay, so Monday I met a Jacob that cleaned my carpet, and then Thursday, Jacob helped me. You know, I ordered my food with a Jacob. I'm like, okay, why is this happening? I don't know, you know, but I thought it was interesting. So, and they were both Gentiles, though. That was funny. So
yeah, the thing that I'm getting from it is for us to just watch how we move, and that we never know that we might be entertaining angels. I keep getting that scripture. Yeah. So that's all I had. I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I appreciate you letting me speak. That's all.
Oh, of course, sister, and thank you for coming on. And
everybody have a great Shabbat.
You're welcome anytime. Shabbat. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Okay. Shabbat shalom.
Shalom.
But yeah, y'all. So brother Yakoba, I don't know how if you just came on or not, but we were talking about how the same seismologist that predicted the earthquake in Turkey is talking about that there's going to be a massive earthquake on a scale like a 9 that's supposed to hit either today or tomorrow, or the 6th or the 7th. And so just thought that was pretty interesting, the fact that these things are getting so intense the closer we get to our New Year and our Passover, you know. So did you hear about that?
Yeah. So before I answer that, repeat after me.
There ain't
no 400-year
prophecy.
No 400-year prophecy.
Ain't no 400-year prophecy.
Right. Look, DJ can do it really good. Yakoba, he be walking around sounding like he ain't no 400-year prophecy. I can't do it like he can.
I ain't gonna do it.
He can throw his.
Come on, DJ, do it.
Oh, go ahead,
DJ.
Go ahead, do it.
I'm tired of it. Put him in timeout.
That sounds like Karis to me, though.
Yeah.
At least I'll say.
But
they get one warning. I just kick them off the panel.
But you know, I was thinking that all of that is that whole. I don't know if y'all heard about. I think it was like silent weapons for quiet wars.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I think that's what's happening. They got earthquake weapons, you know, and weather weapons, and you know, because when Turkey got out of line, next thing you know, Turkey got an earthquake. You know,
right,
you know?
Right. And I saw a video, and there was blue flashes in the sky right before the earthquake happened, and I was like, "That's not natural. That's not natural." They did that. So yeah, yep.
And they got artificial everything now, right? I'm like virtual reality, virtual humans. You know, fake meat, fake everything, fake people, fake Christ, fake. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, they got fake earthquakes.
Yeah, absolutely. To take out buildings like that, you know, I don't know. It kind of looked like controlled demolition, but since we saw that flashing in the sky, I was like, okay, they did something to make that happen. That was an earthquake. It was, and to to predict, like Brother Orr was saying, they're able to see, where earthquakes could potentially hit and therefore predict. But it seems I don't know. It's just strange that something on a size. What is it? What do you call it? On a scale of a 9? How do they?
Seismology. A seismology.
No. What I'm saying is that they said that it was going to be
the Richter scale. You're talking about the Richter scale.
Okay, a 9. That sounds
like a 9 or higher. You know that
that's
9 is pretty
right.
Is that supposed to be like a San Andreas like movie thing that's going on? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like everything's gonna start just cracking on open. You know,
I think that's what it seems like.
12.
Yep. And right before, I'm telling you, y'all, we getting ready to be born because it's just too intense out here. And then also, we were talking about how they're taking that stuff in Ohio and they're distributing it across Michigan and Indiana and Texas. And, they're saying, oh, they're putting it in a waste site or whatever. But in my mind, I think they're going to use that. If you're spreading it out, you're trying to contaminate other areas. It's going to end up in the water or something like that.
Yep, so they're going to put it in the water aquifers.
Yeah. The places that are the least protected in America is like the water treatment plants. Yeah. They don't have any security or anything around those places. So those are very vulnerable.
Right. Yeah, no, I have no confidence at all that anybody, running this country has the trying to be good to anyone, trying to help anyone in this country, by moving this hazardous material somewhere where it can't, where we can't be affected. I have no confidence whatsoever, especially this rollout of the jab, this jab rollout.
They try to kill.
I have no confidence. Yeah. They couldn't get it in your vein. Now they're gonna get it in your lungs, and now they're gonna get it off the skin.
So the earthquake is supposed to be this weekend?
Yeah, it's supposed to be either today or tomorrow, or the 6th or the 7th, and it could hit Japan or some other another island they listed. But you know how they list a specific? I don't know. I just feel like when they tell you it's going to be one place, it's going to be somewhere else. They're really just slick and just
So someone sent me an email, and it's one of the subscriber only sections of Hell Turners. Now Hell Turners straight up racist, right? Simple and plain. But
okay,
according to him, a lot of the elite and the senators and stuff are being told to go into the hotels, and when according to him, the hotel means the underground bunkers, and so we got all these things happening at the same time, and like you were saying, Sister Brandy, it's all coming together. Them contractions are real close, and so I was watching a video as well that NATO is there, and Kara's probably know a lot about this. They're doing exercises on the border of Poland to go into Ukraine, and it's like thousands of NATO troops, right? So it's highly probable that they might be ready to go into Ukraine. And you know what Putin says, I'm gonna nuke you. So we're gonna see.
Oh, absolutely. And not only that, but they just France is coming out talking about that they're possibly going to send fighter jets to Ukraine. Now, who is going to man those fighter jets? It's not the Ukrainian soldiers. It never was the Ukrainian soldiers in the first place. It's like, them coming over here and like, all right, y'all, we got fighter jets, and us trying to hop in and man it.
We're gonna give you that quick training course. Right. Now go fly.
That training course is
just a manual.
Microsoft simulator. Here you go. Just press the handle buttons right there. All right.
Oh, snap.
The only thing I learned from that class, eject.
Right. I don't like to read manuals anyway, so I'll figure something out. We were I made fresh pasta tonight, and we had a little book to tell us how to put it together. I ain't read that thing. Look, I'm gonna look at it.
And it was 2 pieces.
It was 2 pieces. No, I'm not reading it. And so he's the manual reader. But it's like putting that into someone's hands. They're like, they have no idea. They're not. NATO is flying those jets, and so if France sends those jets, which they most likely will, you know what I mean? I mean, it's already on, but it's just adding more fuel to the fire. It's like they want Putin to push that button so bad. And
Well,
so
it's out there and it's exposed that this has been a proxy war the whole time.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely.
So now they're just, I mean, they don't really care. They probably don't even care.
No,
it's like you all were saying earlier, right? It's just a coincidence that Iran is over there in Latin America and with their warship and all of this stuff happening, and the economy, about to fold because China taking all of the cashing in their debt. And then the derailment of the trains and the poisoning of the water and the air and all this stuff. I don't see how we can last another year.
Oh, we can't.
Randy.
Yeah. Yes.
That video you played, it said on the 6th about that earthquake. Isn't that like that feast that I read in Esther about Purim and stuff? Doesn't it fall on that 6 and 7?
Well, I don't know if Purim falls on the 6 and 7. You probably are right about that, though. If you do go, I have to look it up to see if Purim falls on that time.
Though. It's the evening of the 6th and the 7th.
Okay. But what I do notice is that it's all happening in March. It kicked off from the beginning of their year, right? And it's gotten more intense, and now here we are at the start of March, and they're predicting, this major earthquake. France sending weapons. They're on the border. You said they're on the border of Poland.
Yeah, they're on the border of Poland. Thousands of NATO troops, and they're doing exercises.
And they just sent all those tanks and weapons. See, and when you're setting up for a war, you got to send
exactly.
You send everything.
And here's the other thing,
Brother Yacoba. But as the Canadian Prepper said, there are no exercises. They're just World War III disguises.
Exactly. Absolutely, and you won't know until they won't give you an official announcement until someplace like New York or something is blown clear up. Then they're like, okay, y'all, we're in war. But
my brother has shared a clip from the chat. Well, it was either the chat or the forum of Canadian Prepper, and one of the people said that their son just finished boot camp. Okay. And as soon as he finished boot camp, they sent him straight to Ukraine. He said World War III is going to happen.
Wow. Well, there you go.
It's not going to happen. It's already here. It's just that they haven't fully announced it yet, but it's already going on. Because every single one of those countries, those NATO countries, they have people there.
Yeah.
And the U.S. has been there, so.
But think of this, right? Right for all of this to happen, we have the global religions, right? Mm-hmm. The 3 monotheistic religions just so happen to be established now over there in Dubai. So when all hell breaks loose, they're going to come back. We need to have peace from now on. Let's have world government and let's control all the weapons and all the food so everybody can eat. And we're going to make sure that America and Russia and everybody can't do this to anybody anymore. I'm like, we ain't giving you no power over us. Y'all going to have power over them Gentiles. But in Africa, we ruling ourselves.
Yep,
right.
Exactly.
Because those 15-minute cities are popping up now.
Yeah.
Them Logans run cities. Try and make it out that sucker.
Look,
y'all hear about Trump trying to create his own kind of 10-minute cities where it's going to be just Trumpers up in there and making babies, trying to repopulate.
I saw that too.
I didn't see that. I thought you were being facetious, man.
No, it's a real thing apparently. Yeah, you tell them, Karis.
No, that's true. Wow. No, they literally have it. That's what I was just trying to have. But I actually kind of looked at it and I was thinking about this. When they look at their fertility rates and things of that nature, right? You have to think about what they've been at in terms of them being very lethargic, and I would say lethargic in terms of them working. And I say this, look, they always try to say, oh, well, we're the hardest working people. We're this, we're that. You get what I'm telling you? The problem is, I really believe that because they haven't been moving their bodies now, especially for males, what happens when you don't, when you're not moving and you're lethargic? Well, guess what happens? your testosterone goes down, and if your testosterone goes down, guess what also happens? Your estrogen comes up.
Oh snap!
Look it up. That is actually that's something that people don't really understand when you have the male organs, because males do have both testosterone and estrogen.
So do women, though. So do women.
Yeah, and that's both. But males are supposed to always be right doing something, engaged in physical activities. Remember, they haven't really had to worry about that for these 400 years. So let that sink in.
Bingo, bingo, bingo.
Do you understand? Yeah, that is that. It's literally a physiological detriment that they're going through, because why? Because they curse themselves.
Yep,
that's right.
There you go.
I know that's too deep for some people.
The Most High said He was going to make us small, right? And only a remnant was going to come out. Well, guess what? With the curses flipping now, they're going to be a remnant, right? Everything has to flip. Everything has to flip. And even like I was talking about last time, they even have they have bywords now. You know what I mean? We had bywords. It's something that we think is so small. The Most High is going to go tit for tat. You know what I mean? This happened to us, it's going to happen to them.
So I wanted to make sure that we talk about this, because this comment has come up several times.
Sorry, babe. Sorry.
Wait, you done unshowed it. Yeah, one finger. All right. Now, I will say that I'm not aware of what the WHO is trying to do.
Probably
World Health Organization. What are they?
Well, I know they're talking about. They're coming out with this new situation, and I don't know if this is what you're talking about. But coming out with this new virus in 2025. I believe if they're going to give them power to dictate whether or not we should receive jabs, and they're giving power to the WHO to dictate what should happen in the pandemic, right? If there's another pandemic, correct?
It's a pandemic treaty,
right? Oh, okay. And so they want to box us in, right? And so if the WHO says, you have to take this, or you don't, you can't work, or you have to take this and you can't travel, then you can't go anywhere. And essentially, they tried to box us in last year.
Didn't the World Health Organization try this already with like Canada and some other European countries?
No, they were talking about doing this and putting this in effect, and now I guess it's coming.
Actually, Obama tried it when he was in office.
Okay, I didn't know.
He never signed it. See, everybody talks about Trump, and they want to point the finger at Trump, but they don't realize Obama was doing a lot of this stuff long before Trump got into office.
Mm-hmm. Of course, because all of them are puppets, pretty much.
Right.
But the reason why he didn't sign it, because it's not time. You see, the Most High is in control, and so had he had signed that when this thing kicked off in 2020, we would have all had to have this thing in order to eat. We wouldn't be able to leave, and so they don't want us to leave, and they essentially want to take us out. So they're going to try to pass something right when we're getting ready to exit, in order to keep us here and to get that poison in us. But the Most High is not having. He's not having it. We are trying. All at one time, though, y'all. All by our New Year and our Passover. All this at the same time. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but there ain't no 400-year prophecy, though.
Ain't no 400-year
prophecy.
Ain't no 400-year prophecy.
You're going to have to trademark that or do something with that.
Yeah, that's I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
Yeah. I was thinking
tell me, Jacoba, you need to put that on a t-shirt, brother.
Yes.
I think that's a good idea.
That's a great idea.
I'll buy that t-shirt all day, brother.
I would buy it. I'd buy it.
All right, it's a deal. Gotta get it done.
Right. Yes.
Get some iron-ons or something. I don't know what they do now.
No, you can do it through a website. You can just say, I want the shirt to say this or whatever, and boom.
Heck, I have a couple of places here in Orlando. They'll print it right there in the spot for you.
Right, there we go.
Right. Because, ain't no 400-year prophecy.
Right? No, we're going to wear that to the boat. All right. Brother Jacoba, Minister Jacoba, you're going to have to get that done so that we can all order our shirts so we can.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
You got the shirt. Oh, you got the
Right,
shirt.
right.
Oh,
Be like,
yeah.
that's how we're gonna know each other, because we've been talking about holding up signs. Like, if you listen to this channel, that channel, come on this boat. No, we all just wear the shirt.
The right across the board,
you need,
but they ain't no 400-year prophecy.
We need a shirt with hashtag Betty Bent. Talk
There
about burn. Betty said, "Burn mine." She said, "They talk about the olive bread." She said, "Burn mine."
Yeah.
Yep. You look. No, that gotta be on the. We're gonna put the ain't no 400-year front on the front and hashtag Betty Bent on the back.
Yeah.
There we go. But is there anything else that anybody has heard about that has happened this week that anybody wants to talk about?
I think the press secretary, she slipped up when she was talking about she said Obama instead of Biden, you know, like, because everybody was like, well, he really running the show. Yeah, that was
Oh, really?
Right.
You know, one thing they said.
Real reunion with the t-shirts for real, Sister Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Because they say Obama's down in the basement running things, sitting on top of Big Mike.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I don't know. He might mess around. I don't know.
Because he was joking about a third term.
He was joking about that. He's talking about, people think I'm the Antichrist. Ha 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 ha.
They think I'm going to bring the end of days.
Right.
Obama had a serious conversation. It was like an interview, and he was like saying something about, like, if I had a third term, like, he was dead serious. I don't think he was joking.
Yeah, he thought about it way too much.
Whoever this guy is, that is the Antichrist. The scriptures do say that he did not worship the God of his fathers, and who talks like that, right? Hebrews talk like that, and so to me, it sounded like the person was a Hebrew, because the scriptures say he didn't worship the God of his fathers. He doesn't worship the God of his fathers. Mm-hmm. So, that's Hebrew talk. We say our fathers, our fathers. That's all throughout scripture. That's how we identify ourselves. And whoever this is does not worship.
Yeah, he don't like women either.
Yeah, he doesn't like women. He don't. Right. Well.
Got a limp wrist.
You say limp wrist? Oh no.
So I do have a question, Sister Brandy, but I'm since Karis is a guy who has some kind of military experience. I have a question for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, brother, after Russia finally takes Bakhmut, what do you think is going to happen? Because they're pretty much on the cusp of being taken over.
Oh, that's easy. You know what they're going to do? They're going to say, we need to do peace negotiations. They're going to say that. Why? Because they're going to try and stall time. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then when they do that, then they'll say, "Oh, we're going to war," trying to do a peace negotiation. Because here's the thing. Just as folks were talking about this a little earlier, there's satellite imagery that the BBC had that showed what? That showed Russian convoys north of Kiev, right? Bakhmut is basically done. Once you have Bakhmut on in there, you really have, as I was looking at that terrain, you're marching straight to the west. And you're not, look, once you march straight to the west, then guess what's going to happen? You'll have forces come down from Belarus. And then Belarus will do what? They'll capture all of Kiev. And then you're now into the eastern line of NATO, right? The eastern line of NATO and the western front of Russia. And I believe that they're going to go on in there to really just destroy NATO. And that was the whole thing. The whole thing was the honeypot. Let's get our folks in there. Let's cut our teeth, right? Because here's the thing. Russia hasn't been fighting as long as the US. So what do they need to do? You got to warm up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody goes into listen, let me tell you something. You don't go into a basketball game just cold, right? You need to do what? You need to dribble. You need to feel the ball. You got to shoot, right? See how your shot's looking, and then you're hooping. That's what happened. These folks were just warming up, right? And then they're getting ready for the game.
And what I keep and also to add to what you're saying, what I keep hearing is that it's really the Bachner group that's actually doing a lot of the heavy fighting. So the real Russian force hasn't even been brought up yet.
Yeah, a lot of it wasn't, these aren't their traditional forces, right? And I say traditional forces meaning these weren't their forces that was really armed with a lot of the advanced weaponry. Look, get all the crap out of the inventory, let it get blown up, right? If you're a low performer, you got to remember they think different from us. If you're a low performer, you have low marks and stuff like that, you don't know how to really do what you need to do, or you've just been a bad soldier. Hey, you're going to the line, you're going to
And
the front. Oh,
criminals that have the opportunity to fight for their freedom, so they
yeah.
have those do it too.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Because why? Because you need to it's a societal cleanup, right? If you're a rapist, a murderer, right, a crook, a gambler, you know, get a weapon and start fighting for freedom. You know, you know what I'm saying? Their tactics are a little different. So then, what are you gonna do? Okay,
But
well,
think
get this
about this
thing
though,
here.
not necessarily curious, because I mean that's how Australia was first colonized. It's
Yeah,
the same thing.
yeah, exactly. But you understand their tactics are a little different than we're talking about with the Western tactics.
Yeah.
I would say the new or the more modern, right, tactics of warfare. Because why? I mean, they clearly they outmatch and outgun Ukraine. The only reason Ukraine is even standing is because of NATO support,
Hmm.
i.e. NATO fighting, right?
brother, brother Karras, did you see a report about Russia intercepting them tanks that were supposed to be delivered to Ukraine? Did you see anything about that?
I did not see that.
I didn't see it, but I wouldn't be surprised. They haven't been a lot of the stuff hasn't been on the field because what did they do? I think they they either today closed Bakhmut or closed in on their pincer move. So Bakhmut's basically gone. It's off
Yeah,
the
that's
table.
what
So when you look at the area, the Dnipro, and how you have to move things to get your fighting forces together, right? Those are what we would call obstacles, right? Those obstacles that would limit your terrain movement. And so now those avenues of approach that have been either probably set up. They're gonna probably booby trap it, mine it, but they have drones. So guess what they're gonna do? They're just gonna fly their drones on over and just blow up everything that they try to
kamikaze
booby
drones.
trap. Exactly, and they're just gonna be rolling over potholes. They don't care. They'll still roll over potholes, but you can't go very fast rolling over potholes because it's still potholes, But you'll still have a movement, But at the same time, these folks have been, the Russians have been just shelling the city. They've just been shelling you, Kiev.
They just raining fire on them people all day, man. And when I look at
Yeah,
some of these things, I'm like, my goodness. But and thank you so much for that, Karis. Brother Yakoba. Now, what's going on with the big rollout? Is it still going to happen this weekend?
Yeah, so I'm looking at tomorrow at 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
And we're gonna play the video and comment on it as we go through. Uh, Pretty much, I mean, when you watch this video, this particular person, with this documentary, pretty much agrees with everything I said. So,
Mhm.
except she talks about the influence of Islam and how Islam also was influenced by what they call Christianity in Ethiopia, because a lot of the things that the Muslims do, they got from the Ethiopian Christians and stuff. So it should be interesting. I mean, the stuff that she said, I was shocked, right? Because I mean, I went down a totally different path, and this is a white woman from the UK, in a different avenue that pretty much validates what I've been saying.
Yeah, it's to the point where you just, I mean, to for anyone to try to fight, it's futile. You know what I mean? Because it's not only coming from us, it's coming from different sources, and so it's like, is there any other conversation, any other fight to be had? You know what I mean? Like, can you just hush your mouth and just accept this truth and go about your business?
At this point, we just got to sit back. Those that have been doing the work and have been putting out a tremendous amount of information. It's just time to sit back and get validated, pretty much.
Yeah, at that point.
I mean, now we just see it's like a boomerang. Now it's on its way back, and
that's like I told him. I said, like when we were doing all the debates back in the day, truth always wins. Sooner or later, you're gonna find out we right? And so now everything is coming to pass, and everything we've been saying is being validated. They've been telling us there's no 400-year prophecy, but look, all of this stuff happening. Right. I mean, only a fool would say something's not wrong. I'm like, something's happening, right? So,
right. I just, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yeah, I was gonna say nothing's not happening. So something is happening.
Right.
A lot is happening.
What I'd like to say also is that the sad thing is that we seem like these people seem to have so much energy and visceral for people that look like themselves. But the other people that don't look like them, they just seem like they get a pass. But they come, because I know these brothers here, Jacob and Karis, amongst other people, they get heat. It's like the raining of fire, like you see from going on with Russia shooting the Ukraine. That's what these brothers been getting for years.
Mm-hmm.
But see what they didn't realize that we all fighters, right? Karis was in martial arts as well. I was in martial arts. We don't back down. You know what I'm
saying? You understand. Look, part of the best type of fighting is let them throw their punches and wear themselves out.
Right.
And guess what? They threw all their punches, and now we're just stomping on their faces. Teeth is all broken up, jaws all messed up.
Toe up.
They just tore up. They just mud puddles, and they know it. Look, I looked at one of the channels, right, a popular channel for debating.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Listen, I'm pulling more viewers in that channel, and I'm supposedly at around 3,500, and that person has tens of thousands of viewers supposedly. Nobody's watching them anymore. Because why? Because these folks they're so full of nonsense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're so full of nonsense. It's like you got a third-rate channel. I call my channel a third-rate channel. I'm just trying to make sure that that I don't turn into an Israelite Jerry Springer with my guests on.
The last time I looked, Berean had like 75 views.
What?
Oh no!
But you know what? The truth is coming out, right? And so this is the thing: you have to be a special type of person, and I don't mean this like I don't not in a good way. You got to be a special type of person, and I'm not talking about mentally disabled or anything.
Right.
I'm talking like a special type of person to deny truth over and over and over again, and when it's validated, even the people that say they are us are saying that we are Israel. I mean, what can you do? What can you do past that? There's nothing you can do, and so it's comical for people to even basically either you're insane or you're an agent. Something is wrong.
I do believe many of them are agents, though. I mean, the way they roll, I'm like, it just don't make sense. You got atheists with supposed Christians, with Muslims, with all different belief systems. I'm like, it just don't make any sense. And then they promote these guys like Abu, and then they promote. I think yesterday I was doing a drive-by, and I saw they were promoting Covey, and Covey was going against Benaiah Israel and some of them. You know, and I'm like, look, y'all need to just leave us alone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, when that glory comes down, and see, this is the work's been done, and so we're at the end of this thing. The work's been done, and like DJ was saying, you just trying to sit back and get validated, because when that glory, when that final blow, to the face is going to be when that glory comes down on the Most High's people, and he separates us from the nations, and everyone can see that these specific people, not us plus the Ish people, not the Ish people, when the Most High separates us and says, "This is my people," and that light and that glory is specifically on us, no one will be able to say a word. I just, if I could, if the Most High could give me eyes to be able to see the expression on people's faces when that time happens, I would love it, because we're, all that and kicking and screaming you did, and we're the people. So, what were you saying, brother? I'm sorry.
I said, what does it say in Revelation where he said he's gonna have them come to our feet and tell them, show them that he had loved us? Like, that's a powerful moment, man. That's gonna be a real humbling moment for them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. It's gonna happen.
Some of them, not all of them, some of them, because like I said, a lot of them, they're gonna be so angry because that fire is gonna be burning in their belly of how they cannot believe and they refuse to believe that we are the people.
Yep.
Yeah, Revelations say that they're gonna still be kicking and screaming after all they go through and still denying them, still cussing them out.
Yep, but you know what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sometimes I think like the idea of like the light, like the Most High shines his light on his people. I think about the way like melanin works, like it absorbs light. Part of me always thinks, I wonder if he's gonna use our melanin somehow in a way to shine some light somehow. And I don't know, like that's like the way he uses the way he made us and the way the kind of pigmentation he put on us to be the proof to the world who his people are. That's what I always throw around in my mind. It'd be cool if something like that popped off, but however he does
that
it,
would be cool, actually.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe that's the reason why melanin is so expensive.
Yes, it is. Right. Gold, apparently.
And so if it's expensive, you best make sure it's greased up when you go out. That's my tip. That's my tip for today. You
get that shea butter.
Yes, get that shea butter. You best.
But though, Sister Brandy, because I guess I was just an ignorant little kid when I was growing up, because we never put anything on, and like me and my son, we went on a field trip today, and they, of course, not today. I mean Monday, and we're here in Florida, and it's sunny all the time. They're like, make sure you have on sunblock and blah blah. I was like, man, we black. We're not putting on no sunblock.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we had a neighbor.
Please don't tell me, Brother Orr, you left chalk marks from all that ash.
Yeah, he was ashy.
No, I'm fair skinned. I'm not really ashy, to be honest.
I thought Brother Orr. See, I be getting it wrong. I imagine. Okay, so I thought Brother Orr. I thought from your voice you were dark skinned. I thought Karis was dark skinned. I thought Dave was dark skinned. I don't know. I don't know.
I think you got to keep it on because Dave is fair skinned. Dave is fair skinned. I'm fair skinned. I think Karis is fair skinned too.
Right. I'm wrong. Brother Jaden sounds like he's a light skinned brother.
Yeah, we got the same melanin, Brandy.
Oh, we do. I'm so backwards. I haven't pinpointed Minister Jacoby yet. I don't know.
I can't pinpoint that brother for nothing.
He's the mystery. I don't know.
I have not assumed that any of you all look any kind of way because of where
I have.
I'll be honest. I'm like you, Brandy. I have a photographic memory, and so when I'm talking to someone, I always have a picture in my mind of how they look.
And that I do, I do understand that.
Right.
I'm your color, Sister Brandy.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Real? Okay. All right.
Stop lying, Jacoby. You're gonna get one of them AI pictures.
Right when I do, it's gonna be all muscled up, though.
Oh, snap. Y'all crazy.
Somebody said something. Hold on, let me see here. I haven't read it yet, so I'm gonna read it as we're gonna put it on the screen. So someone check into this. I'm hearing that the new year was 2020 and Passover is 3/6. I think the Jewish people are using a 13-month calendar. Yeah, I don't. The new year always falls like at the end of March, early April. So, and that's the 12-month. So, I don't think so. But
I'm not familiar with that.
Yeah.
With what they're, following.
No.
And haven't been.
Got to side eye everything they put out.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the first thing. It's like you trying to ask Ashkenaz for this.
Yeah.
Ashkenaz. All right. You have a good night.
Right. Yeah.
You've been sipping on something while you've been listening on the Shabbat. You know, you relaxing yourself. Jeez, relax.
Yeah, 13 months.
No, there ain't no 13 months. You no.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. No, there's
rewoke now. Pastor Kelly, you know all that stuff.
So, you know.
Yeah, it ain't. You know,
I don't think that's the way it works.
No, the Most High. But you know what? They do call them the 13th tribe, right? So that's when they threw 13 months in there.
They love the number 13.
Yeah, they do love the number 13. But
they like Jason.
Yeah. You said they like what now?
I was thinking of Jason movies back in the day, Friday.
Right.
Yeah. Because I mean, they got a whole bunch of Friday the 13th. My goodness.
Yep.
You know, they just have to get that date or that, you know, whatever it is. I think I remember what it was, and it has something to do with some in the occult. You know, I don't really quite remember, but I think some leader of the Knights Templar got killed on Friday the 13th, and they worship and venerate this guy. I think it's Demolay or something like that. I think he was he got killed by maybe Pope Clement.
Okay.
Something like that. On a Friday the 13th. I think it was something like that.
They had a movie called like the 13th Warrior, I think. Something like that. Sometime back.
There was a movie called The 13th Warrior. I think the Short Samurai, Tom Cruise was the star of that.
Tom Cruise. Sorry, I got a cough. Excuse me. But Yaz, sister, it is. So the new year, I believe, is on the 23rd of March. And then from that, you count 14 days, and then that'll be Passover, which is like the first week, maybe the 6th or 7th or somewhere in there. Passover is. By that time, y'all, I feel like there's no 13-month prophecy. Who said that?
Oh, no.
By that time, I don't know, like it's a few weeks away, but at the rate of these birth pains, I mean, they're already predicting, an earthquake.
And I'll say
that'll rock the whole earth.
I'll say this: I have not liked looking at specific dates for anything, especially after being a rapture watcher. That September 23rd, 2017, when the rapture didn't happen, I was like, yo, this is not. Humans don't know, exactly when their deliverance is going to happen. I mean, how could we survive day to day knowing that on this date, something, catastrophic or, extreme is going to happen on a specific day. So I say all that just to say, I personally don't think in terms of specific timeframes and dates, even if it's an appointed time, because the Most High does what he does in his timing. And what we have is a record of his feasts, and we try to, observe, we acknowledge them, and we see them, we recognize them, even if we can't fully follow every feast day. We do acknowledge that they're happening on certain times, even on his feast days.
But let me ask you this, brother DJ.
Operates the way he's going to operate,
But let me ask you this, brother DJ, because I know even your Minister Yakoba and a couple of other people, and then even that lady with the dreams. He did say he's going to warn us, and he said in the last days he's going to have our old men see visions and our young men dream dreams and things of that nature. How are you feeling about in terms of like what's going on? Because I know even like say Brother Yakoba, you say he has this feeling, and he talks about his feeling all the time. How do you feel about the whole thing kicking off, Brother DJ?
I absolutely have the feeling. I feel like something is imminent. And, from what we can see on a daily basis, our deliverance is very soon, and I've heard congruent dreams from, two different people regarding, regarding the new year, and I'm open to it. It's just sometimes I can't heavily invest in a specific day.
Oh no, and I would never ask you to do that, brother.
Yeah,
I would never ask you to do
but
that.
I see it all happening right now. I mean,
Because,
this is I mean, a boiling pot of water. It seems like.
Because I was sharing last week with brother Karis on in the morning that I wasn't even sleeping. It was like a vision. I was laying in the bed and I just visioned myself, and I had the kid's mom wasn't there, but I had the two kids up by hand, and we were in a stadium and we were walking up, or maybe I shared it with you guys, but I was walking up. Okay, well, I was in a stadium. It was a big stadium, and it's like I had this thought, said, okay, it's time to go. And I just grabbed the kids and I was walking up quietly, wasn't making a scene. And then we were just walking up the bleachers to get out of the stadium. And it's like a lot of like Gentiles were coming in. And it's like it was a sense of urgency. And I was like, come on, let's go. But I wasn't making a scene, but I was really hurrying, trying to get out of the stadium because something was about to happen.
Yep. And I've had, and DJ has had a couple of dreams about our birth and about our Exodus this year. Was it? No, it was the end of last year. The end of last year. So, but I also, and I didn't want to tell anyone this, but in light of what I saw recently, I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one. Last year, I think it was last year, 9/11. I had been seeing 9/11 over and over and over again. And when I was working, I even told a customer, we were having a conversation, and I was like, man, I've been seeing 9/11 a lot. And they were like, well, everybody sees 9/11 because we've been programmed. But I'm like, no, like I have been seeing, like, for instance, like I'll go to the grocery store. I went to the grocery store one time. I was taking screenshots of every time I saw it because it was happening so much. But I went to the grocery store and I grocery shopped for us. And then, you go to the checkout line. I use the self-checkout because I just do it myself. And, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe I pick something up and I pick something up. You know how they have stuff positioned, like when you're going to the self-checkout, so that you buy more. And so stuff that I wasn't even planning on getting. And I, might pick up something and then went to the self-checkout, scanned everything. And it was exactly $119 even. Right. And so stuff like that. And so I thought I was like tweaking maybe, but it was until one day DJ was at work and I went to, my phone was at the time was acting up. I just got a new phone, but my phone was acting up. And sometimes when he calls me, like if I'm watching YouTube, if he calls me in the middle of watching YouTube, I have no sound. I can't hear him. So I have to restart my phone. And so I restarted my phone, y'all. And when I rebooted it, when it came up, the time, I don't know if it has to with your phone, but the time pops up first. And when the time popped up, y'all, it said 9/11, and it was like 12:38 in the afternoon. It said 9/11, and then it changed back to 12:30. I said, okay, I'm not crazy. I've been seeing 9/11. So I have been saying over and over again, I believe that something catastrophic is going to happen, and that's going to be the catalyst to our birth, right?
It's going to be here in New York then.
And exactly, I keep seeing it. And then I
feel like something's going to pop off over there. And because, when I was in because I was there, I was at 9/11, because I was actually going to be on the 110th floor of that building that Monday. And just a simple change of my schedule, because I used to do security at clubs back then. And so I said, I had a mandatory meeting in the Chrysler building. So I said, you know what, I'll just come back and go to lunch there, because the Windows of the World restaurant was there. And because we did security, I get to eat there for free. So I was like, I'm just going to have a good lunch there. And that simple decision saved my life, because the gentleman that I was going to go see to get my schedule for that weekend, he never made it. And I would have been right in his office.
Oh,
so yeah. So it was that close. And then my sister was on the third floor. People don't realize how tall the towers are. The third floor of the World Trade Tower Center is like the seventh floor on a normal skyrise building. Because when you go in the lobby and you look up, you're looking 3 stories up to the ceiling. And I didn't even know she was going to be there. And she didn't even know I was going to be there. And I had to spend the night in Brooklyn, and we had to walk over the bridge, and it was chaos. And for me, it's like when I moved out of New York, I said that's a place I would never live again unless the Most High say, hey, you need to go back there and live.
Wow, Brother Oral.
Wow, man.
So I'm here for a reason. So I have to serve the Most High, and I have to even now as I'm looking within myself, do a better job, because He could have allowed me to be there, and I wouldn't even be here talking to you guys right now. So,
Right.
Yeah. Well, all praises to the Most High that you're here.
all praises to the Most High, for real.
Hallelujah.
And that's the first of us. That's one of two close encounters, with massive death and stuff like that, where I should have been in and I wasn't. So
Right.
Well, the Most High, He's gonna, He's gonna see you through this. Clearly, He wants you to be here for this and for what's coming for our nation. And so,
But I gotta say this, Mr. Brandon, you gotta stay away from self checkouts, man. If you do, it's like, I'm a renegade, man. When I go to self checkout, I put like a bag or something over those cameras. I hate those things.
Yeah, they're like right on you. They're right on you. Yeah.
I've actually gotten in arguments with the people at Walmart with that, man, because I put something over because and it's so funny. And I guess it's people like me, because Walmart now, they stopped a lot of the cameras now, and they'll say no cameras on this. Because I'm like, dude, why this camera got to be looking me in my face, and it's already one above? Okay, I have to do with the one above him, but you're not gonna have a camera right in my face when I'm trying.
Right. Yeah.
And Walmart has been doing that.
Yeah.
They've been. I don't know if you've been inside recently. I the last time I went to Walmart, they had a camera looking. It was like it was a camera that looked at you. You know,
why you checking out the camera right in your face, man?
It looks right in your face, and it made me very uncomfortable.
Right. Okay.
Who says that I want to be recorded like this? But yeah.
But I do
walk in there, you're already being recorded, and then on top of that, you're gonna be recording me looking at my cards and everything in my wallet. Come on, now.
Right. Getting all your information. But I do believe, and I had been saying this, I do believe that something's going to pop off. That how the United States had done it before, they'll do it again in order to get them, for a means to an end. And I believe it is to blame it on another country and to declare war. You understand what I'm saying? And so, and then I saw Desert Farmer Prepping Dude. He had shared a video of Master's Voice, the Master's Voicer, and I'd seen her before, but I never sat through a video. So I decided I was going to watch it. And then toward the end, she was like, she had been seeing 9/11. There's absolutely going to be a 9/11 event, and it's going to be the country doing it to itself. And I was like, my mouth dropped. You know what I mean? And so,
because she brought out the first 9/11, they rolled out the Homeland Security.
Yes, they said that.
Homeland Security,
Homeland Security just put something out a couple of months ago that said that they are preparing for more 9/11 esque attacks. They said they're going to be coming out of Syria, right? And they said that they're going to use the planes, and they're going to use new tactics, whatever new tactics you can use. You know what I mean? It wasn't planes anyway, it was demolition, but they came out with a report and said that they are preparing for these attacks, 9/11 attacks that's going to happen. And so that validated the fact that I had been seeing it, and then like I said, I turned my phone off, turned it back on, and the time on it was 9/11, and I was like, so that was that type of mind-blowing moment.
And this next event is going to be used to usher in whatever they're trying to do, but could possibly be the catalyst to us, making our way out of here.
Yeah, our birth, but okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And another scenario that it could be is that someone else could come in, and because as Jacoba had showed on one of his videos sometime last week about these military guys coming over the south of the border.
Yes. Yes.
And the other possibility is that one of these people can pull off an attack, and it'll be like, okay, America needed to get some kind of payback for Japan, Nagasaki and Hiroshima. It could be something like that, and they could say, okay, America's done it before, so let's do it back to America, and let's have some kind of nuclear event happen in America, and have it on a big scale like New York or something. Honestly, for me, I don't see how people live in such a dense area because when it happened, you feel helpless because when they shut the island down, you could not go, and it's an island. You can't get unless you're gonna swim over the Hudson, and the Hudson is deep. So, yeah.
And
it'll be just like the movie Escape from New York.
Yeah.
Snake Plissken.
I ain't seen that one, but
it's an old movie. Yeah, and the funny thing is, like an apocalyptic type movie. It was I think Kirk Russell was a star of that, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And Minister Jacoby, you had a vision, right, of like some type of explosion happening in New York. Was it like a nuclear explosion?
Oh, you talking about that vision I had like about a year or two ago. And I had like a waking vision, and I saw someone in the skyscraper, and somebody was like outside the window, and it's like they got pulled out, and like a nuke went off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm surprised you remember that because I forgot about it.
Yep, I remember because tying things together. That's what I like to do. I try to remember things and tie them together. And the funny thing is with that, Minister Jacobo, they put out that PSA about a nuke in New York, right?
That's true. Yeah.
They put out a PSA about in New Jersey, and then so did you see? There was a brother that had a dream. He's in Japan. He lives in Japan. But he's a Hebrew, and he had a dream that there was some type of an explosion that happened in New York, and then he saw Syrian soldiers appear, and he looked on his table, and he had passports. Now, there were passports to Canada, but they were passports nonetheless, and it was for him and his wife. And
wow.
So, and this brother lives in Japan, and he's having, dreams about New York. And so, something's gonna pop, y'all. Something's gonna pop. I know, like the scripture said, though, I believe before her pain came, she was delivered of a man child. You know what I mean? So I think the Most High is gonna, pull us out of here before it gets too crazy. But I do believe there's gonna be some type of catalyst, some type of something that's gonna cause people to say, I hear that Yahuwah's with you, I'm coming with you. You know what I mean? They're gonna want to run away from this place too, just as much as us.
Yeah, but Israel gonna be like, nah, that's all right. Y'all can stay here.
Well, you heard Brother Dave talking about we got the porcupine fit.
Yep, porcupine costumes right over here.
Get your porcupine costume. Get your porcupine.
Hey, right at the boat. He gonna have a whole setup. So we got work to do. We got T-shirts and we got porcupine costumes mass produced by the time,
We need them T-shirts.
We do need them T-shirts for real, though.
You do need those T-shirts for real.
But we're getting ready to wrap it up, y'all. I got some orange sherbet that's been in the freezer talking to me for the last since I made dinner. Earlier.
You're not even going to try to front. You're going to just tell it like it is.
I gotta be real. No, but we're getting ready to wrap it on up and get back up there with the children to make sure they should be asleep, but
probably
you know how kids are.
Yeah, they're like, oh, mom and dad they on the live tonight.
Right. Elijah was the one making noise the last time he went to stay up, but I told him he couldn't stay up.
Okay.
So Brother Oral, let's. You have any final comments? Just for tonight?
It's always a pleasure speaking with the family. I see why Sister Betty calls everybody family, because I really feel this. Whether it's in the morning with crazy KRS, or in the afternoon with militant Yacoba or Brandy or Sister Shonda, I just feel very loved and honored to just be amongst fellow believers in the Most High, and I just pray that we continue to sharpen each other and just continue to sound the alarm and just look for our redemption. That's all I have to say. And thank you, folks, for listening to me, and thank you for allowing me the privilege. And may the Most High be blessed.
Absolutely. Shalom, brother.
Covenant Awakenings,
Right.
Brother Karis.
Hey, thank you for having me on. I'm glad that you have me doing this closeout quick because I'm trying to close my eyes. I'm like, I don't want to be snoring on this panel now. But no, it's funny because right now we're seeing a lot of things moving, and again, I've always said this: we're going to be at a time where these Gentiles are going to be showing up, and it's going to be our responsibility to be able to speak to them and what in spirit and in truth, right? Because why? Because we're the reflection of the Most High. We represent Him. Even in the land of our captivity, we're representing Him. So we have to be mindful of when they're asking the questions with sincerity, right? And then being able to answer those questions in a compassionate manner, right? Now, when they get ignorant, then guess what? Well, shake the dust off and keep it moving. If they really want to know what's happening, then guess what? You understand the Holy Spirit, the Ruach Hakodesh will give you what to say. Because why? Because He'll let you know how it is that they're feeling, what they're doing, what they're going through. But we can't be in our flesh. Okay? And that's what destroys things. Why do you think we got here to begin with? We're chasing our own flesh. So, with that said, family, have a great Shabbat. We pray that things are at least calm for this Shabbat. Because I'm gonna tell you, if that earthquake comes hitting that 9.0 here in Florida, I'm gonna sleep through it.
be dreaming through it.
I'm gonna be dreaming that the earth is shaking. I'm gonna be like, "Oh, this is an earthquake."
Right.
Time to go back. Time to go back to sleep.
Right.
Hallelujah. All right.
But Shabbat Shalom, Brother Karis.
Shalom, brother. Appreciate you coming on, as always. Definitely.
Appreciate all y'all. Brother Jaden?
Yeah, I'll just be real quick. This is always a blast coming on here and just shooting the breeze. I would say just, kind of like what Dave, I guess Dave fell off, but like he would always say, just keep your head on a swivel. And yeah, just stay prayed up, and we about to get up out of here soon from the looks of it. So all praises. And also glad to be on the same chat with you, Yakoba. Get well soon. Love your work. Holla.
All right. Hey.
Take it easy, Jaden.
Have a good Shabbat. Thank you, brother. General Warman.
I just want to say Shabbat Shalom to everybody and Shalom. Thanks for having me, Brandy, and your husband. Love the work y'all doing.
Appreciate it.
It's really great to see couples, married. I think I told you, Brandy, one time in the chat. I said if we was actually in the same vicinity, I think we had some good fun together. Me and my kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll definitely kick it. Y'all willing one day? Seriously, y'all willing? We get these T-shirts right, then we'll be able to. You know what I mean? So. Right on. We appreciate you, brothers.
Thank you, brother Yakoba, brother Oral. Good to see y'all. Good to talk to you, Yakoba. I hope you feel better. I was asking about you, and just stay prayed up, family. Keep that compassion in there, because a lot of times we go through life experiences, and they're really there. We go through stuff, so we know how to be compassionate to other people when we go through a lot of our own stuff, and that's what we should learn from it. Like the things that we go through is. It shows us how to deal with people, because we were those people at one time too, so just stay in love, and I'll see y'all on the next one, and y'all have a good Shabbat.
All right.
You have a good Shabbat too, brother. Appreciate you. See you soon.
Thank you for coming on.
All right.
Minister Yakoba.
Yeah, it was great being on, breaking bread with you all, and like I say, brother DJ and sister Brandy, I like the way you all think. And y'all reason well. And when we look at what's happening, I think I just don't see how we have a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
As you were saying with those birth pains, I'm like, they just getting closer and closer together. And so, part of me is like, okay, well, I think we've done what we can to awaken the Gentiles, and many of them just can't hear, right? They're not going to listen, and they're going to be caught in the judgment. But there's a few, that's going to, come along with us back to the land. I really don't think there's going to be a lot of them. But we just have to give it to the Most High, because we just continue with our hands to the plow and don't look back. And
Absolutely.
I think this weekend, maybe something may kick off, maybe not. All I can say is it just get worse by the day.
Yep, it does. Yep.
Yeah, it
So,
does.
I'm gonna end it this way, like Brother Kara. Shalom, shalama, shiemi, shalom.
Shalom.
Peace and blessings, Israel.
Israel.
Peace
Right on.
out, man.
Right on, Mr. Nicole. Thank you for coming on. I've been wanting you to come on. I'm like, I wonder if he ever gonna come through.
Yeah, I've been wanting to come on, but I how things just get in the way.
Yeah,
and then like sometimes you come on at a different time. I'm like, oh man, I missed it, right?
Right.
But yeah, I was glad I was able to make it today.
Right on.
Appreciate you,
definitely,
brother.
definitely an honor. Definitely an honor.
Love you.
Hey,
too,
love y'all. Thank you for everybody that came through in the chat. Really appreciate it, y'all. Like we, always say, we never thought that this was something that we would be doing. So it's a blessing. It's really a blessing. I really quickly, before one had asked about the poem thing, and I wanted to address that before we go. Hopefully she is still here, but I do believe that the poem thing is a it's gearing up for the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? Right
it's
hand.
The infrastructure. It's the infrastructure being built.
Right hand or the forehead. Right. So I do believe the palm thing is for that. So
hopefully
you're still here. I wasn't ignoring you, but I just want to say peace and blessings to everybody that came through. I truly love all of y'all. Thank you for everybody that came on the panel. It was awesome. This was a really good discussion. Like I felt like I was sitting there and I was kicking it with my brothers and my sisters and just having a good, good discussion. And I love that. And so I'm glad we're able to do this. And if anybody, like I always say, if you ever want to come on, don't be shy. You know what I mean? Come on through, So is there anything you would like to say, sweetheart, before?
Just love y'all. I love y'all. We're finally, coming together, and it's we're coming together for good. We're coming together under the Most High. We're coming together under the blood of Yahusha. This is the permanent bond. I've always imagined, that may be possible one day. And, I just enjoy, being with my family. So that's pretty much all I got. I'm not going to be too long-winded.
All right. Right on. Well, family, I love y'all. Hope y'all have a good Shabbat. I finna go get this sherbet. It's orange sherbet too, y'all. So we're gonna go and get a little bit of that. Have a good night, y'all. Great Shabbat. Love y'all. And we'll see you on the next Freestyle Friday. Come join us. Have a good night, y'all. Take care.
Y'all have a good night.